As fire rains from above, humanity teeters on the edge of chaos. Goodbye, brunch plans. Hello, existential crisis. Just another Tuesday in a world gone mad. In the chaotic frenzy, beasts of the night converge, a kaleidoscope of fur and claws. The guy with the massive horns looks like he'd rather be eating a salad. Moosh! Out of the misty abyss, Vidrak, the death god, descends from the sky. Talk about an unexpected guest. Spoiler alert, he's not here for the tea party. A shadowy figure looms, surrounded by a chaotic swarm of demons. Think of them as a wild party gone wrong, except the snacks are souls, and nobody leaves alive. A colossal dragon, eyes blazing with fury, lunges forward like your uncle at a buffet, only much more terrifying. Heroes scatter like confetti, knowing it's not just a snack run. Skeleton warriors, swords clashing, and dragons swooping. It's an ancient chaos fest. Who knew the afterlife came with such a dramatic flair? Watch out, or you might get a bone-chilling surprise. A wall of chaos erupts as the swarm attacks, claws clashing and eyes gleaming. It's a bug buffet, and guess who's the main course? Spoiler, it's definitely not the bugs. A seismic explosion rocks the scene, sending debris flying like a confused piñata at a birthday party. Just when you thought it was safe, kaboom! Someone really needs to work on their fireworks safety. The ground trembles as explosions erupt, sending colorful debris flying. However, that's just your typical Tuesday for the guy with the perpetually messy hair. He's got this, right? In the fading light, a menacing figure looms, its eyes burning like the last embers of a dying campfire. Seriously, someone should consider a few less dramatic stares. Tension crackles like static, and you can almost hear the ominous soundtrack building up. With dramatic flair, the gang of spellslingers channels their inner wizards, ready to raise chaos or, maybe more importantly, the stakes. Fingers crossed, they don't end up raising the roof instead. Amidst the cracked earth, a dramatic gathering of humanity's mightiest mages stands poised, cloaked in spells and uncertainty. No pressure, right? Just saving the world here. With piercing blue eyes, the hero stands tall, defying doom itself. Sorry, Death, but I'm on a schedule, he quips, blocking the dark force with sheer determination and sass. Electricity crackles from his outstretched hand, illuminating the room like a disco ball at a 70s party. This wizard clearly skipped the instruction manual on how to not shock yourself. A monstrous army erupts from the shadows, wings beating like the world's worst alarm clock. Panic explodes as the townsfolk scramble. Who knew Mondays could feel this apocalyptic? In a battlefield echoing with chaos, the one-eyed giant looms, brandishing a gnarled club like a poorly chosen weapon in an oversized game of whack-a-mole. Seriously, who thought this was a good idea? The ground shakes as the towering beast unleashes a deafening roar, echoing through the chaos. Soldiers scramble, hearts racing, wondering if victory is still an option or just a dream. In the epic showdown, a cloaked figure wields fiery magic while their opponent, adorned in dark robes, conjures a protective shield. The tension crackles like a bad dad joke. Who will outspell whom? In a dramatic showdown, the guy in black robes shouts, "Prepare your magic circles," as glowing symbols swirl around them like confetti at a wizard's birthday party. Who doesn't love a good duel? With a battle cry that could wake the neighbors, the fierce sorceress points her finger, unleashing chaos. Magic swirls, colors clash, and tension hangs thick. It's about to get spicy. With a cosmic crackling, the girl with the fiery red hair unleashes her power, sending shockwaves that make nearby rocks feel insecure about their life choices. Boom! Who knew magic could be this loud? With an explosion that could rival a fireworks show gone wrong, Vidrak the death god emerges. Hopefully his social skills are better than his name suggests. Or else it's going to be an awkward party. With electric intensity, the dark-haired sorcerer shouts, unleashing raw magic like a caffeinated wizard at a coffee shop. Fear and determination flicker in his striking blue eyes. Prepare for impact. With his outstretched hand and a glowing symbol, the guy with the messiest hair confronts the ominous figure looming in the mist. Looks like they should have stayed in bed. With a flair for the dramatic, the guy with the tousled hair boldly declares, "Your rampage stops here." Channeling all the magic vibes, he's ready to unleash a spell combo that'll make even wizards jealous. The wizard in the flashy robe channels energy like a toddler with a sugar rush, an all-out magical meltdown. Elemental burst, he roars, confident enough to potentially fry the universe. A blinding bolt of electrifying fury descends from the heavens, splintering the earth like a cosmic piñata. Watch out, partygoers. If you thought cake was the real surprise, think again. With a piercing roar, the ground shakes as the explosion ignites like a wild firecracker at a party gone wrong. Let's follow his lead, someone yells. Great advice, right after a blast. Chaos erupts as the red-haired warrior, eyes ablaze, shouts for others to follow his lead, like a firework demanding attention in a room full of sparklers. Meanwhile, the tension is evident on the anxious faces of his reluctant companions, who clearly forgot their capes at home. The green-haired warrior's fierce glare could cut through steel. Sweat trickles down her brow. She's one misstep away from a showdown. Face-off drama intensified by the high stakes and her oh-so-adorable crown. With a thunderous boom, colors exploded like a toddler's glitter tantrum, sending shockwaves through the air. Who knew chaos could look so pretty and so dangerously flammable? A massive explosion sends stones flying, painting the sky with chaos and fire. Cue the dramatic uh-oh moment. Below, the girl with fiery red hair watches, contemplating her next move or possibly just cursing the weather. The guy at the front's eyes sparkle with reckless hope, but the girl beside him wipes sweat from her brow, echoing a thought we all have. Did we actually do it, or just make things worse? In a swirl of cotton candy fog, shadows dance like they just stepped off the bad side of a dream. It's all mystery and intrigue. Too bad there's no GPS in here. A monstrous silhouette emerges from the wispy clouds, its piercing red gaze burning a hole through the fading light. Even the bravest knights might reconsider their career choices right about now. A shadowy figure towers against the sunset, shrouded in flowing tendrils that whisper secrets of the past. Great, just what we needed. Another emo fashionista in the sky. The guy with the wild hair unleashes a burst of energy, disbelief plastered on his face. Meanwhile, the emerald-haired lady looks ready for battle, but also questioning if she left the oven on. The guy in the dramatic cloak, channeling his inner superhero, yells for relentless attacks like they're trying to revive a dead battery. Meanwhile, swords slice through the air. It's a real cut above. As chaos erupts, the guy with the dramatic cloak raises his hand, desperately trying to rally the team. Wait, let's use our brains, not just our weapons. Trust me, it's a novel idea. A shadowy figure looms against a vibrant sky of swirling colors, radiating both beauty and menace. It's like a fashionably late villain crashing a party, just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier. A sudden whoosh fills the air, like a dragon doing the cha-cha. The swirling energy erupts, hinting at chaos. Buckle up, folks, it's about to get wild. With a dramatic flick of her long, unruly hair, she turned, sensing chaos brewing behind her. You know, the what now vibe that always tends to follow her around. And surprise, whatever it is, it's definitely not a surprise party. Wide-eyed and flustered, the hero gasps, he disintegrated their magic, as tendrils of energy fizzle into nothingness. It's like trying to microwave a soup, only messier and way more catastrophic. A shadowy figure looms, tendrils of smoke curling like a dramatic cape. With a smirk, they challenge humanity's strengths, pondering if we're really just a mess of misplaced confidence and bad decisions. The imposing figure looms, tendrils writhing with frustration. Nature's green thumb is having a meltdown. Pests laying waste to my garden, they seethe, probably regretting not hiring a scarecrow. The shadowy figure looms, fingers like talons dripping with disdain for mere mortals. Foolish, inferior creatures, they sneer, as if the universe were their personal stage of mockery. Setsuna, panic painted across her face, grips her staff tighter, her voice a shriek over the chaos. Our magic isn't working. Are we sure we didn't accidentally sign up for Witchcraft 101? With a furrowed brow and a flash of anguish, the guy with the dramatic hairstyle lets out an exasperated "Ugh!" because clearly this adventure is about to get even messier. With a desperate cry, the guy with the messy hair lunges, but the echoing slash reminds him that sometimes life just won't show you the back door. Yikes! The guy with the spiky hair sweats bullets as two fierce ladies, one brandishing a spear with a wicked smile, the other looking mysterious and menacing, prepare for battle. Talk about bad vibes. Amidst swirling chaos, the barefoot girl conjures a glowing orb, her wild expression showing both fear and determination. It's epic, like a magical dance-off, but with more explosions and less choreography. The guy with the wide eyes and dark hair stares in horror as the eerie, gnarled branch vibrates ominously. Great, just what I needed. A plant with anger management issues. The mage's eyes widen, panic sets in as he gasps, "Woo, we've run out of mana!" Below him, the dark warrior grimaces, feeling the surge of power drain away. Talk about bad timing. Panic electrifies the air as the messy-haired guy sprints, voice cracking like a teenager's during puberty. "Setsuna, I swear I only wanted a snack," he shouts, battling dread and hunger. In a split second, the eerie silence shatters, an ear-piercing scream echoing in the dark as the knife-like teeth of fate snap shut. Spoiler alert, it's not a friendly hug. In a cascade of chaos, our guy with the dark hair stares wide-eyed as the crimson drops dance down his cloak. Spoiler alert, looks like he's not getting that nap after all. Her voice trembles like a finely tuned guitar, strained and desperate. Stop it! The tension crackles in the air. Someone's about to unleash a storm, and she knows it. With wild hair and a freaky glow, the guy unleashes chaos like he's just discovered a new sports drink. Who knew elemental powers could look this cool and this messy? Zap! Fear streaks across his face as the shadowy beast lunges, its glowing orb crackling with dark energy. This wasn't on my to-do list, he thinks, panic igniting his heart. The guy with the brooding gaze gasps, dread washing over him like spilled coffee on a white shirt. "Oh no," he mutters, clearly anticipating a disaster that can't be unseen. The blue eye, wide with surprise, pierces through chaos like a beacon. Whatever's coming is no picnic. It's like finding out you just stepped on a Lego, unexpected and painful. Stars seem to be playing a game of hide and seek, peeking through a velvet curtain of night, whispering cosmic secrets only we dreamers can hear. Perfect stargazing weather, if only the mosquitoes thought so too. Amidst a fiery hellscape, the guy with the tousled hair lies motionless, his blood painting the charred earth. Looks like he really took going out with a bang too literally this time. Amidst the fiery chaos, our hero stumbles, gasping for breath. Is it the flames or the regret weighing on his shoulders that makes him say, "Ugh"? A dramatic mishap for sure. Amidst the fiery chaos, a single shoe, bloodied and abandoned, whispers of a battle lost. And there, a girl with disheveled hair stares wide-eyed, teetering on the edge of disbelief and horror. A girl with wild, blood-smeared cheeks stares wide-eyed, terror curling in her throat like spaghetti. The ominous glow behind her screams, "Get out!" while she's still stuck in the horror show. Meanwhile, the explosion bursts forth with a dramatic boom, as if the universe just got its morning coffee and spilled it everywhere. Chaos reigns, and she's caught right in the crossfire. The sky burns orange and red as chaos reigns. The girl with a silver streak in her hair watches, heart pounding, realizing her world has just turned to ashes and drama. Great, just what I needed. Fire and destruction. In the desolate wasteland, a shadowy figure stands, cigarette in hand like a rebellious god amidst a cracked earth backdrop. "We," they whisper, the tension thick as smoke in the air, hinting at something monumental. A bloodied fist clenches tightly, trembling in despair as the sun dips below the horizon. Is this humanity's final gasp, or just an overdramatic fist pump at the world? The dark figure looms, twisted and confident, declaring a useless struggle, like a villain who forgot the punchline of their own joke. Winning this battle? Clearly a long shot. A shadow looms over her, dark and menacing. With wide eyes, the girl gasps, "No, it's not." As the chilling realization sinks in, she's facing a nightmare come to life. Fractured resolve sparkles in her wild eyes, a defiant glint amid the chaos. "It's not over yet," she spits, bloodied and bruised, but far from broken. Talk about determination. The warrior with the flowing hair stumbles forward, a crimson stain marking their back. Light pierces the shadowy world, but will it guide them to safety or deeper into chaos? The air crackles with tension as a powerful force surges forward, sending dramatic shockwaves through the scene. Looks like someone's about to feel the wind. Good luck, buddy. With a fierce determination, the guy with the flowing hair channels all his rage into a punch, colliding with the armored beast. Wham! Echoes, making you wonder if the robot felt that. The tension snaps like a rubber band. Suddenly, a deep crack echoes, darkness rises, and something sinister with glowing red eyes emerges. Who brought this demon to the party? Amid swirling chaos, the figure looms ominous, pondering with a raised brow. A simple sound, but when you're a horned giant, it screams of impending mischief. The ominous figure looms, shadows wrapping around him like a villain's cloak. A single droplet of dark essence drips down, daring anyone to challenge his twisted power or his questionable fashion sense. With wide eyes and a heart racing faster than a caffeine-fueled squirrel, the guy with the flowing black hair stares at his glowing wrist, questioning reality and his fashion choices. "What?" he exclaims, clearly not ready for this unexpected plot twist. The guy in the tattered robes gapes, disbelief etched on his face. Meanwhile, the fearless warrior takes a mighty leap. Fueled by low-level magic, who knew it packed such a punch? The shadowy figure stands firm, an ominous stance cloaked in mystery, while the barefoot girl stares wide-eyed, realization dawning like a bad punchline. She's in deep trouble now. With blood-streaked lips and eyes like burning coals, he clutches his glowing arm, defiantly shouting his challenge to the death god. Talk about a no-nonsense kind of showdown. With a gasp, the guy with the frazzled hair feels the heat surge through his fingers, like he just touched a toaster after a long night of snacking. Urgency streaks across his face. That's the last time he skips a magic safety briefing. The guy with the wild hair sits in the shadows, defeat dripping from every word. "Playtime is over, pest," he sneers, as if he's just realized his favorite game is canceled. A burst of purple energy crackles through the air as the elegant figure with flowing hair emits a powerful force. Meanwhile, the guy in the black suit appears utterly overwhelmed, definitely not winning any superhero awards today. The brooding figure with tousled hair stares into the void, a mysterious glow emanating from his hand. "Great, now I'm a human flashlight. What's next? A light show?" With wide, terrified eyes, the guy with the messy hair stares into the abyss, blood staining his lips. Who knew fate could pack such a punch at dinner time? A dazzling crystal pendant glows ominously, suspended in midair like the universe's most extra Christmas ornament. This is the gift the headmaster bestowed. It shimmers. Talk about high expectations. In the depths of shadowy uncertainty, a voice echoes with disbelief. The amulet of resurgence? What a plot twist. It's like forgetting your car keys on a roller coaster. The guy with the stylish hair stands confidently, clutching a sparkling trinket like it's the last piece of a puzzle. "That's right," he asserts, ready to seal a fate or something equally dramatic. The guy with the sparkling amulet grins, claiming it holds the spirit of time. No pressure, right? Just your casual daydream of bending time while juggling the breakfast dishes. With a twinkle in his eye, the guy with the tousled hair ponders the offer like a kid in a candy store. Except this candy comes with consequences that scream, "Do I dare?" The guy with the perfectly styled hair clutches a shimmering pendant like it's a bad breakup. Regret? Never had it, yet here I am holding the get-out-of-jail-free card. The ancient sage, perched on his throne, chuckles heartily, his laughter echoing through the grand hall. With a twinkle in his eye, he proudly brags about the genius of his top graduate, because who doesn't love a little humble brag? The silver-haired woman smirks knowingly, eyes glinting with mischief. "Remember, kid," she leans closer, "even the most boring moments can hide a plot twist. Buckle up." In a grand hall, the silver-haired figure leans in, whispering sweet secrets that make hearts flutter or possibly break. Definitely drama, maybe romance, definitely way too close for comfort. Below, something ominous bubbles, the stuff of nightmares, or perhaps just last night's leftovers. Electric blue streaks dance around the guy with the messy hair, highlighting the horror on his face. Regret hangs in the air thicker than the smoke from burnt toast. He really messed up. A glimmering burst of blue magic radiates like an overzealous disco ball, while the character, regret dripping from their voice, realizes they picked the wrong powers. Classic overthinking. In a blinding explosion of light, a figure lunges forward, channeling raw energy. It's like they just discovered an extra espresso shot, intense, chaotic, and a bit reckless. A flash of azure energy crackles as the hero, spiky-haired and intense, screams his battle cry. "Next time, I will defeat you," because confidence is half the battle, right? A surge of electric energy erupts, crackling with raw power. It's like a magical light show, only way worse for the neighbors, who definitely didn't sign up for this. A blinding explosion erupts, blasting away the mundane. Just when you think you've seen it all, bam! The sun just pulled a stunt double. Too bad it forgot to wear shades. In a sun-soaked chapel, the guy with the jet black hair bows his head, possibly considering his life choices or debating whether to sneak out for snacks. The girl behind him looks like she's ready to save the day, or at least the Wi-Fi. With a furrowed brow and a single tear defying his stoic facade, the guy with the emo haircut wrestles with dilemmas that could make a soap opera look like a sitcom. Is that a tear of despair or just a dramatic flare? The guy with the spiky blonde hair leans in, slapping the table with gusto as he yells, "Wakey, wakey, Setsuna!" Clearly, his morning pep talks could use a shot of caffeine. Just saying. With messy hair that could rival a tornado, the anxious guy stares wide-eyed, heart-racing as the pressure mounts, his turn to shine or dive into disaster? No pressure, right? The guy with the striking blue eyes squints in disbelief, calling out to the back of a head that's definitely Leo. Because who else in a room full of uniforms would be turned away? With icy blue eyes piercing through the chaos, the blonde guy with perfect hair confronts the crowd, dread curling in the air like a bad hair day. Too much drama for one selfie. With a sparkle in his eye, the guy in the stylish blue jacket declares, "This is the Mage Academy, a place where dreams, spells, and maybe a little magic mishap await." The guy with the spiky hair is having a mind-blowing realization. Time travel is real. Great, now he's got 10 years of bad choices and awkward haircuts to avoid. A shadow looms over his memories, that bitter defeat still stinging like a rogue bee sting. He vows to rewrite his past. Revenge has never looked so dramatic or so deliciously tempting. With a fist poised like a superhero preparing for battle, he channels all his angst into a single battle cry, because who doesn't want to ruin a day for the Grim Reaper? In a room buzzing with tense anticipation, the guy with the perfectly combed hair tosses a sarcastic jab, while the boy with the awkward sweat glances nervously, clearly distracted. Ritual of choice? More like ritual of awkwardness, he thinks. The guy with perfect posture suddenly remembers he has something to apologize for, probably stepping on the metaphorical toes of friendship. His stylish shoes? Unapologetically sharp, unlike his memory. With each echoing footstep, the guy in the snazzy coat strides deeper into the room, as if challenging gravity itself. Or maybe just his last bad breakfast. The tension thickens like an overcooked soufflé. Whispers float through the air like confetti. Everyone's buzzing about the prodigy. Meanwhile, the guy with the glasses rolls his eyes, clearly unimpressed by all the hype. In a bustling hall, two students lean in, their eyes gleaming with gossip. Did you hear? He's a magical overachiever. Multiple schools. Can you imagine the homework? The bespectacled, bearded wizard flips a mystical book, captivating everyone like a magician pulling a rabbit from a hat. Spoiler, this book doesn't have a how to be normal chapter. In a world where magic isn't just waving a wand and hoping for the best, it's like trying to bake soufflé while blindfolded, a unique skill set required for every spell. Two cloaked figures step into a glowing circle, whispered secrets swirling like fog. Choosing a school here feels more like picking a sinister future than an academic path. What could go wrong? In a world where shadows twist and turn, understanding others feels like trying to read hieroglyphs in a blackout, exhausting and a little ridiculous. Who knew empathy came with such high overhead? The guy with the sleek black hair squints at the floating symbols, as if picking a team for dodgeball. Can't have conflicting beliefs, right? Who knew faith could be this complicated? Setsuna Cromwell stands confidently, poised like a coiled spring ready to launch into action. With a name like that, expectations are high. Time to deliver a grand entrance. With a sturdy build and glasses perched on his nose, the charming professor invites you to pick your magical destiny, probably while secretly judging your life choices. No pressure, right? With a glint of mischief, the pointer finger hovers over the radiant emblem. Of course, they muse, as if the fate of the universe hangs on this whimsical choice. No pressure. The guy with the piercing blue eye looks dead serious, contemplating the weight of ranged magic. If only casting spells came with a user manual, he's definitely winging it. With a furrowed brow and a hint of regret in his eyes, the guy with the quirky taste debates his choice like it's life or death. Because hey, picking a favorite can't be easy. A surge of energy crackles in the air, lightning whipping around like it's auditioning for a superhero movie. Who knew casting spells could result in more shock than your high school science experiments. Explosive wisdom raining down. Keep your distance from foes, dodge that drama, and unleash a wide-range attack, just like throwing a party with a single confetti cannon. Boom. With a flair for the dramatic, our hero declares his newfound status as the world's strongest ranged mage, because who needs to get up close when magic can do the heavy lifting? Colors blaze in the background, but let's hope he remembers where he put his spellbooks. The death god looms, shadows swirling like he's had one too many bad lattes. Nice try, but your magic? It's like trying to drown a fish with a paper towel. With a sudden turn echoing in his mind, the boy with the striking blue eyes whips around, heart thudding. Did he just summon a magical plot twist? Or was that his lunch calling? The guy in the sleek blue jacket turns sharply, an unmistakable tension crackling in the air, like he just discovered the last slice of pizza missing. His expression, pure existential dread. The mysterious figure stands tall, polished shoes clicking on the wooden floor, echoing confidence. Or is that anxiety? Either way, they're here to make a statement, one step at a time. In a dimly lit room, a figure with tousled hair stares wide-eyed at a glowing, intricate sword, as if it just whispered his name. Great, now it's talking. What's next? Swords with opinions. The man with the impressive beard stares wide-eyed, sweat dripping down his forehead. Huh? Did I just accidentally walk into a horror movie audition? Panic flickers behind his shocked gaze. In a room buzzing with secrets, the bespectacled woman leans in, eyes wide with gossip, while the boy with the short hair looks like he just spotted a ghost. Whispering, 90% drama, 10% panic. As the blonde guy with the perfect hair stares in bewilderment, his mind races. Magic or melee? It's like choosing between pizza toppings. One might just ruin the whole experience. The guy with the wild eyebrows is incredulous. Melee magic? Really? It's like choosing to fight a bear with a pool noodle. Bold choice, my friend. Hope he picked up some Band-Aids. The guy with the seriously messy hair is unleashing a rant about the school's utter lack of usefulness. Mumbles that even his magic class feels like a gym for the soul. Who knew spells had a weight room? The sharply dressed guy with the trendy haircut stands unimpressed, while the motivational speaker with a flair for drama waves his hands, trying to sell outdated magic like it's the latest tech. Who needs close combat when you've got sass? With a determined glare, the guy with perfectly styled hair stands tall, exuding confidence. Though let's be real, he's more of a paperweight than a warrior. Rock in hand, battle on his mind. The rotund man with the bushy beard leans in, eyes wide like saucers. His future in their hands lecture drips with regret, like he just discovered the cake was actually a lie. The brooding guy with the mysterious aura lets out a heavy sigh, staring blankly ahead. It's like he's mentally saying, "Yep, I know everything. It still sucks." A crestfallen mage stands at a crossroads, burdened by a heavy decision. Well, who needs fame and fortune when you can have full-on existential dread instead? He thinks, half-jokingly. Amidst the inferno, a dark figure looms, draped in shadows and chaos. The ruined souls beneath her feet urge a storm of reckoning. Heaven help those who dared provoke her wrath. Amidst a sea of silent bodies, a desperate figure clutches their last spark of magic, hope flickering like a faulty light bulb. Guess it's time to pull a rabbit out of a hat. The looming figure of Vidrak, the death god, casts a chilling shadow, his fiery eyes promising doom. Defeating him? Easier said than done. Grab the popcorn. This battle's going to be wicked. With messy hair and a heart pounding like a drum, he stands at the crossroads of fate, whispering, "I must seize that hope, because hope doesn't run fast." With a dramatic swoosh, the guy in the sharp suit unleashes a flicker of power from his fingertips, probably wondering if this is how superhero origins usually start. Spoiler, it usually ends in personal tragedy. The bushy-bearded man with wild eyes announces a shocking secret, leaving the group frozen in disbelief. The girl with glasses nearly drops her notes. This wasn't in the syllabus. The old man with the grizzled beard shoots a steely glare, like he just caught someone stealing his favorite rocking chair. Wisdom drips off him, but so does skepticism. Trust me, he's seen it all. With a flick of his wrist, the guy in the snazzy blue jacket conjures up a whirlwind of magic, seeking to impress, or at least distract, his less than impressed classmates watching from afar. A figure stands frozen, electrified energy dancing around them like a rabid squirrel on espresso. Panic and awe mix in their eyes. Who knew becoming a human lightning rod was this shocking? With a crackle of energy, the boy with intense blue eyes focuses, his thoughts racing like lightning. With this power, I can either save the world or accidentally fry my hair. Clutching a flickering wand, the determined hero exclaims, "I will defeat the death god." Because who needs a plan when you've got fiery passion and a flair for the dramatic? When a melee mage wades into battle, spells fly and logic unravels like a careless sweater. Who knew magic could actually use a sword? Chaos reigns, and it's absolutely hilarious. The credits roll like a slow sunset, revealing a tapestry of talent behind the scenes. Every name a brushstroke in this dramatic canvas, like a raucous family reunion, minus the awkward questions. The guy with the cool blue eyes is not impressed. Smoke billows around him like a theatrical entrance gone wrong. "Sure, let it sizzle," he muses sarcastically, waiting for the chaos to unfold. With a flick of his wrist, the guy in the snazzy blue jacket conjures a misty spell, looking like a magician who might still be figuring out his tricks. Moments before chaos? Definitely. A hand glimmers with a mysterious tattoo, as if it's plotting something bizarre, like a recipe for mischief or an unlicensed sorcery class. Can you say fetish? Talk about commitment issues. With a confident grin, the guy with the charming blue eyes expertly twirls spaghetti on his fork, his secret weapon against boredom. Who knew pasta could be so suspenseful? Panic ripples through the room as students gasp in disbelief, eyes wide like deer caught in headlights. Someone must have just revealed the school lunch menu. Plot twist. Two hands clash with a thunderous slam, as if the book itself is trying to mediate a fist fight between reason and chaos. Those rings just added bling to the drama. The hulking instructor, with his booming voice, towers over the tiny trainee, book in hand. "You picked close combat? Perfect. That's just a fancy way of saying good luck." Silas Arclight, the head of the ranged magic department, towers in disappointment, his lofty expectations swirling in the air. "I thought you'd become the greatest mage in the world," he sighs, clearly imagining a magical world on fire. Figuratively, of course. The guy with the booming voice, his mustache practically quivers in excitement, yells for fame and glory like a kid begging for ice cream, convinced he's the key to greatness. Watch out, world, as a single thought dances in the air. Fame and glory, huh? The whispers of ambition swirl around like confetti at a parade, while the elusive duo remains just out of reach. The brooding guy with the jet black hair arches an eyebrow, while the overzealous professor shuffles nervously behind him. Clearly, he should have invested in a less theatrical career choice. The ground trembles as flames lick the cracks, a reminder that time is running out. 10 years left? You'd better start stocking up on snacks and survival guides. A shiver runs down the spine as the countdown begins. 5 years until the death god arrives. It's like waiting for a dentist appointment, but way more terrifying. Strutting across the grand hall, the suave time traveler admits, "Sure, I was a wizard in my past life, but how does one even hold a sword again?" Classic amnesia, right? The guy with the chiseled jaw and a furrowed brow is deep in thought. 5 years to master whatever epic skill he's staring down? No pressure, right? A close combat mage? Talk about a magic first date. He's got spells to cast, fists to throw, and a serious case of commitment issues, but who wouldn't want to get close? A sign looms large, buzzing with the excitement and dread of magical possibilities. Ritual of choice sounds fancy, until you realize it's just another Tuesday for sophomore magic students. In a bustling hall, the guy with the perfectly tousled hair stands awkwardly, sweat beating down his brow, because nothing screams "I belong" like feeling underdressed at a royal schmooze fest. In a sea of uncertain faces, the guy with the glasses is lost in thought. Seriously, how hard is it to find a classroom? And Leo? Totally MIA, probably conjuring up trouble. In a bustling hallway, the guy with slick hair leans in, whispering like a gossiping squirrel. The barefoot girl, half smirking, is clearly in on the secret, but what's hiding in the shadows? The guy with the icy gaze seems confident, but his heart's doing the cha-cha as he awkwardly interrupts the chatty duo, blushingly hoping to score some directions instead of a conversation disaster. With hair like a tornado disaster, the guy in front rushes ahead, ignoring the girl in crisis. "Oh, we're running late," she exclaims, as if time doesn't care about her morning coffee. In a palace buzzing with whispers and urgency, the guy with the military coat urges his buddy to speed up, reminding him that time waits for no one. Or their tea. In a crowded hall, whispers slice through the chatter like butter. Looks like the prodigy isn't winning any popularity contests tonight. Someone's got a front row seat to the roast session. As the guy with the messy hair slinks away, the duo chuckles. Guess he's vying for center of attention. Too bad he picked melee magic. Talk about hitting the wrong target. Time travel. It's a real game changer. Now, the guy with the awkward haircut realizes he's gone from invisible to the most popular kid. Talk about an ego boost. In a sea of curious faces, the guy in the blue jacket stands tall, awkwardly declaring his love for melee magic. Who knew spellcasting could spark such heated debates? With a furrowed brow and a hint of sarcasm, the guy with the perfectly coiffed hair resigns to a DIY hunt, clearly second-guessing his choice of companions. Teamwork? What's that? With a furrowed brow, the guy with the brooding gaze contemplates the map's elusive location. The central garden feels like the Bermuda Triangle of his academy life. Where's a GPS when you need one? The guy in the stylish coat walks nonchalantly, oblivious to the impending chaos. Suddenly, someone shouts, "Fireball!" Is it a spell or a heated dinner suggestion? Things are about to escalate. A piercing blue eye stares in astonishment, as if seeing the world for the first time. Cue dramatic music. Did he just discover that his crush likes pineapple on pizza? Amidst the chaos, fiery blasts light up the scene, while an onlooker with wide eyes wonders, is this a friendly game of dodgeball gone rogue? Good luck finding a safe spot. The fiery-haired girl unleashes a powerful kick, sending a wave of flames erupting behind her. Talk about a heated entrance. This isn't just a schoolyard playground. It's a battlefield. The girl with fiery determination chases after her playful tormentor, her breath heavy and wild. "Give it back," a phrase now sharper than a paper cut, revealing her fierce resolve. In the tense standoff, the guy with the messy hair shouts, "My mom bought that for me," as if parental love could wield a sword. Spoiler, it can't. With fiery locks and an expression that could melt steel, she stretched out her hand, demanding answers. "Did you really eat my lunch? I'm seriously not kidding." A delicate brooch shines in their palm, a kaleidoscope of greens bursting with secrets. "You know," they grin, "it's not just stylish, it also doubles as a paperweight." The guy with the brawn flexes his magical brooch like it's a trophy from a school bake sale, while the blonde wonders if it comes in green with envy. The mysterious one just stands there, probably plotting world domination or a quick snack. The guy with the smug grin clearly thinks commoner is a dirty word. Someone tell him that every great wizard started out as a novice, probably wearing mismatched socks. The guy with the icy blue eyes narrows his gaze, calculating odds like a math whiz, but facing 3 magic students? That's like facing a firing squad, without the comfort of a helmet. With a maniacal grin, the fiery-haired boy taunts, flames dancing in his palm like he's hosting an ill-advised barbecue. "Take it back if you're so desperate," he challenges, eyebrows raised. The guy with the wind-blown hair sneered, dodging a fiery spell as he muttered, "Useless melee magic? Please, my grandma's knitting is more threatening." The tension crackled like electricity. A fiery comet of chaos cuts through the air, leaving hearts racing and eyebrows singed. Poor flooring. Don't they know you can't fireball your way to a clean home? With hair blazing like a comet, the determined girl sprints forward, flames licking the ground behind her. "Earth," she mutters. Even super speed doesn't beat a Monday morning. With a burst of energy, the girl with the confident swagger launches herself forward. Because who needs magic when you've got calves of steel and a solid game plan? Boom. The words hang in the air, promising power. Does enhancing physical abilities come with a side of muscle cramps? Ah, magic. Always so generous with conditions. A fiery-haired girl stands defiantly, her back to 4 bewildered oppressors. "Enhanced bodies, please. I'll outmaneuver you all while sipping my iced latte. Bring it on." The fierce girl with the killer boots stands poised, ready for action. "Range is everything," she quips, as her opponents stare in disbelief, because who needs a plan when you've got attitude? With fiery determination, the girl with flowing crimson hair unleashes her magic, her voice cracking like thunder. She's not just fighting for a brooch, but for her mother's love. Talk about pressure. The girl with the fiery red hair stands defiantly, arms crossed, magic shimmering around her. Really? You think I'd just hand over this treasure? Not without a dragon-sized brawl. A swirling vortex of azure energy erupts, almost like Mother Nature decided to throw a surprise party. Uninvited, of course. Hold on to your socks. This is going to be a wild ride. With a fist clenched tighter than a kid holding a cookie jar, energy crackles and dances like it's at a rave. Watch out, world. This power's about to get unleashed. The boy with the striking blue eyes narrows his gaze, pondering his next move. Mana blade, huh? He thinks, sweat trickling down his forehead. Can it really dish out enough damage to impress? With hair like fire and a smirk to match, she channels pure energy, summoning electric sparks that could light up a disco. Who knew being powerful could look this stylish? The guy with the tousled hair sarcastically quips, his back to the chaos, while juggling fireballs like he's at a poorly planned birthday party. Sure, nothing screams serious fight like flaming pom-poms. With fire in his eyes and flames dancing on his hands, the cocky swordsman dashes away, daring his pursuer. "Good luck catching me with that toothpick," he shouts, laughter trailing behind. With a flourish reminiscent of a magician, the fiery-haired girl sends a blaze shooting from her fingertips. Talk about a real sizzling performance. Who needs a lighter when you have magic? A mystical explosion rocks the forest. The barefoot girl gasps, "Ah!" as she realizes she's definitely not winning any charm points with that blast. Meanwhile, a cloaked figure groans, "Ah! Surprise, surprise!" As she flailed dramatically, the girl in the stylish red dress bounced like a rubber ball, laughter echoing through the air. Karma's playful reminder that gravity always gets the last laugh. With a smirk that could burn ice, the guy with the spiky blonde hair wields a flickering flame, not for warmth, but to roast everyone's hopes. "This is just sad," he chuckles, watching dreams go up in smoke. With a fiery blast heading his way, the bold guy with the wild hair issues a challenge. "Good luck, buddy. My hairstyle is not a playground." Ignition success. A blazing sun overlooks an empty landscape, and a voice chimes in with biting sarcasm. "Just like your life, right? A dazzling spectacle of nothingness, brilliant and utterly unproductive." The girl with the fiery hair gasps, wide-eyed and frozen in shock as flames dance perilously close. She must be wondering if her socks were on the laundry list of things to catch fire. With a confident stomp, the guy in the polished shoes ignites a fiery blaze behind him, proving that even floorboards can catch feelings, especially when they're feeling burnt. Smoke billows as the guys run for their lives, adrenaline pumping like they've just spotted the world's last donut. Who knew escaping danger could be this much cardio? The guy with the wild hair dives, limbs flying like a cartoon character dodging a giant fireball. Talk about a dramatic entrance. Who knew avoiding trouble could look this stylish? In a world ablaze, the girl with fiery determination stares into the inferno, her eyes reflecting both chaos and courage. Guess Netflix isn't the only thing that's getting lit tonight. With a whoosh that could rival a superhero's entrance, the mysterious guy with midnight hair scoops up the girl with fiery locks, dodging explosions like it's just another Tuesday. Talk about dramatic rescues. The guy with the wild hair gasps as the ground erupts beneath them, sending dirt and debris flying. Is this a stunt show, or are we about to be flattened? He wonders. The guy with the perfectly tousled hair leans in, eyes wide with hope, as the fiery girl with a questioning brow could practically spark a spell or two. Melee magic? You mean that's an actual class? With a flirty grin, the charming stranger leans in, asking for directions, while the curious redhead isn't sure if she's being recruited for a treasure hunt or just plain lost. "What?" she replies, caught off guard. Arya's eyes widen as she clutches her cloak, realization striking like a lightning bolt. That guy? Setsuna Cromwell? The tension hangs thick, like trying to breathe underwater while dealing with a homework crisis. A girl with fiery red hair jabs her fist toward a stunned guy with jet black hair, while his flustered friends look on like confused penguins. Drama's brewing, but someone forgot their popcorn. A hand, fingers perfectly manicured, showcases an intricate glowing symbol, like a cosmic tattoo that says, "Look at me." Forget just a regular hand. This one screams destiny. The girl with the sparkling eyes is buzzing with excitement. Finally, some melee magic. Perfect for getting up close and personal. Just hope he remembers to dodge. or it'll hurt. A lot. With a wicked grin, the guy with the devilish smirk gleefully relishes the imminent chaos, declaring his delight like a kid on a sugar rush. Crush time, baby! It's game on. With a smirk that says, I totally meant to do this, the blonde kid summons flames like it's his Saturday hobby. Who knew his real talent was fire juggling? The guy in the blue coat smirks, tossing his head back slightly. Hey, if melee magic is weak, I guess that makes my sword skills just charmingly inadequate. The guy with the piercing blue eyes leans in, realization washing over him like a tidal wave. Now that I've seen it, he mutters, I totally get it. I really do. In the heart of the forest, the guy with the sleek black hair stares intently. The outcome of a battle isn't just about magic, he quips, slightly exasperated, like training cats to obey. With a serious gaze, the buttoned-up guy with sleek hair shows off a glowing mark on his hand, practically begging, Dude, what magical school do you belong to? Hogwarts! Her eyes wide, the girl with fiery red hair raises a hand, voice trembling with urgency. Stop! She's not just a worried friend, she's the unexpected queen of this escalating chaos. The girl with the fiery spirit warns her reckless friend about the seniors. Huge, brooding figures ready to crush dreams, and maybe a toe or two. But her plea falls on deaf ears, too late for common sense. With a crazed grin, the guy with the flamboyant hairstyle erupts into a firestorm, flinging flames like a caffeinated dragon. Hope his hair gel is fireproof because this party is heating up. With the fiery glow above, the guy in gym shoes contemplates the legend of physical boost. It's like caffeine for his soul. He just hopes it won't backfire like his last 3 attempts at cooking. With a determined frown, the boy with the tousled hair focuses every bit of his dwindling mana into his legs. Then, boom! A fiery explosion turns the ground into a chaotic dance of flames. The air crackles with energy as the eerie silence shatters, unleashing a fiery explosion. Kaboom! The barefoot girl gasps, hair flying, wondering if she just signed up for Fireworks 101. As gravity takes its coffee break, the guy with slick hair defies all logic, while the shadowy figure below seems utterly oblivious, too busy dodging impending doom. Oops, wrong turn, might sum it up. With confidence sky high, the hero with electric blue energy in his eyes prepares to dance through danger. But wait, was that a boom in the distance? Guess speed isn't everything. With a startled grin, the guy with the sleek hair rockets into action, leaving fiery trails behind him. To think I could move this fast, he marvels, fueling his adrenaline-fueled chaos. With untamed hair and electric blue eyes, the guy's smirk hints at secrets only he knows, like how many snacks he's stashed in his backpack. Ready for adventure? Buckle up. Curiosity can be a double-edged sword, like poking a bear with a stick while asking, Hey buddy, how's it going? Testing things out often leads to unexpected adventures or chaotic mishaps. With a confident smirk, the guy with the slick black hair launches into action, flames erupting behind him. Who needs a jetpack when you have style and a dramatic boom? The fireball flinger stands defensive, face flushed with embarrassment. Hey, it's called specialization, they retort, while secretly wishing for a water-bending masterclass instead. Fire's getting a tad repetitive. Wide-eyed with disbelief, the guy with slick blonde hair gasps as flames leap from his hand. How is he moving like that? He sputters, clearly questioning his life choices. The guy in the snazzy suit is dodging fireballs like they're confetti at a birthday party. I can't hit him, he yells, while secretly wishing for a piñata. Water and fire collide in a chaotic symphony of elemental fury. Pow! A blonde villain, furiously shouting, unleashes his rage at a pesky opponent. Seriously, everyone hates that rat. With a dramatic flick of his wrist, the guy with the slicked back hair unleashes a fiery blaze, not just lighting up the night, but also his chances of impressing the crowd. The guy with the spiky hair launches a fiery arrow, aiming for victory, or maybe just a pizza delivery gone wrong. Either way, his aim is spectacular. His fate is less certain. With a dramatic flare, the boy with striking blue eyes lunges forward, his sword slicing through the air, hypothetical enemies quaking at his swift, stylish approach. Swish! Who needs stealth when you've got style? With a dazzling flip, the guy in blue slices through the air, sending shockwaves with his blazing sword. It's all fun and games until someone leaves a fiery trail behind. The sword sliced through the air like a hot knife through butter, igniting an explosion of flames that momentarily obscured the battlefield. Cue dramatic sound effects and a slight eyebrow raise. Who knew wielding a sword could come with a side of pyrotechnics? With a flick of his wrist, the guy in the dapper coat sends fiery sparks flying. Who said magic can't turn a simple afternoon into a pyrotechnic showdown? Time to impress or evacuate. Amidst a tense standoff, the ground erupts in flames, crackling like a campfire at a family reunion gone wrong. Who's roasting marshmallows? Oh, wait, that's just chaos! The guy with the oh-so-dramatic haircut freaks out, eyes wide, voice cracking. He's just discovered a bold act of betrayal. He cut it! Seriously, how could anyone be that cruel? The girl with fiery red hair stares wide-eyed, mouth agape, processing the impossible. Cut a spell? She mutters, half expecting a magician to pull a rabbit from her hat. The determined woman, eyes wide, confronts the aloof mage in blue, her voice tinged with urgency. Skill, huh? Guess I'll just have to start studying spellcasting and cardio. In a splash of shimmering blue, the determined mage stands against the elements, drenched yet unyielding. Small mana? No problem. Sometimes all you need is sheer will and a hint of sarcasm. With a determined glint in his eye, the boy clenches his fist, summoning a shimmering blue sword of mana. Who needs a wet umbrella when you wield your own lightning? With a mischievous grin, the guy with the crimson scarf raises his glowing wand, realizing this spell has more tricks up its sleeve than a magician at a kid's birthday party. With a confident smirk, the guy with the striking blue eyes grips his sword, pondering the epic combo of speed and power, like mixing caffeine with an energy drink. He mutters, ready to unleash chaos. Blondie, with his wild hair and a spark of madness in his eyes, is ready to unleash chaos. Meanwhile, the guy in the background looks like he's regretting all life choices, especially this conversation. The girl with the wild ponytail winks defiantly, eyes sparkling with mischief. Catch us? Please, they're more likely to trip over their own shoelaces, she quips, ready for chaos. The guy with the perfectly coiffed hair is about to lose his cool. Arms flailing, face a mix of panic and determination. Did he just spot a squirrel stealing his sandwich? The guy with the piercing gaze braces for impact, sweat trickling down like it's auditioning for a waterfall role. Something big is brewing, and trust me, it's not good tea. A streak of blue lightning bolts across the barren landscape like a cosmic toddler on an energy drink. Somewhere nearby, a voice whispers, perhaps regretting the choice of stuffing the last donut in their face. Eyes wide, a single bead of sweat trickles down the side of his face. What? He whispers, like a lost puppy realizing his squeaky toy has vanished, a moment of pure existential dread. The guy with the tousled hair closes in, a whirlwind of energy swirling around him like a hyperactive vacuum cleaner. Time slows, and my heart races. What fresh chaos is this? With a gaze filled with disbelief, the spellcaster finds their incantation interrupted, wondering if they missed the universe's memo on spellcasting etiquette. Seriously, who jumps in before the magic's even done? In a world where eyelash drama reigns supreme, the lady with the show-stopping lashes is ready to bat away woes and spark some serious envy. Because who needs mascara when you have this? With a fierce glare, the guy with icy blue eyes channels a storm of energy, fist raised like he's about to give gravity a run for its money. Whoosh! Hope he doesn't miss. That would be embarrassing. With a dramatic flourish, the mage channels their inner power, fist glowing bluer than a smurf in a rave. Mana fist, they shout, unleashing a punch that could knock out a dragon's lunch. Fingers sizzle with blue energy, as if the guy with the racing heartbeat just discovered he's plugged into a cosmic battery. Does this come with a user manual? With a fierce yell and hair-defying gravity, the guy with the messy hair unleashes a lightning kick, aimed straight at his enemy's important parts. Because what else says, I mean business, like a kick to the groin? Setsuna, the ambitious overachiever with eyes on supremacy, is ready to crush the competition. Buckle up, folks. This exam isn't your average pop quiz, it's a battle royale. In a world stitched together by art and creativity, a talented team crafts a tale that promises laughter, tears, and maybe a few awkward silences. Buckle up for a wild ride. A stark white canvas interrupts your thoughts, but not for long. The word think bursts forth like an over-caffeinated light bulb. Creative pressure just hit critical mass. With a wild gleam in his eyes, the guy with the impossibly spiked hair unleashes a kick that could open a can of whoop-ass, leaving onlookers wondering if they should applaud or run. With a dramatic splash, the guy with the trendy sneakers finds himself flat on his back, pants soaking and ego bruised, Mother Nature's way of reminding him that gravity still exists. With hair that defies gravity, the guy's expression screams panic, eyes wide like saucers, surprise. Must have just stepped on a Lego, facing his greatest nemesis yet. The guy with the shaky voice screams, his eyes wide and desperate. Water trickles down his face, blending fear with the realization that screaming doesn't solve a drowning problem. The messy-haired guy and his panicked friend share wide-eyed terror as something unseen looms closer. Meanwhile, the barefoot girl, eyes gleaming with fright, wonders if abandoning their group was a terrible idea. Spoiler alert, it probably is. The girl with the fiery braid watches, intrigued as he conjures water spirals like a pro. If only he used this talent to fix his hair. Those strays are distracting. Chaos erupts as the guy with the wild blonde hair is unceremoniously flattened. Smoke hisses around him, and let's be honest, he's probably not getting up anytime soon without a superhero cape. With a sly grin, the guy with the sleek hair realizes melee magic is his secret weapon. Clench, he thinks, because nothing says danger like a finger wiggle. Sweat beads on the guy with the worried brow, panic sparking in his eyes. Wait, wasn't melee magic the weakest? Too late, buddy. Looks like you've just picked a fight with fate. Confusion hangs in the air like a stubborn odor as the guy with the brooding gaze demands his possession back. Was he secretly training in a superhero gym? Or what? With a piercing gaze and charm wrapped in a crisp uniform, the guy with the icy blue eyes extends his hand, trying to keep his emotions as steady as his stance. Let's not bother with the drama, he quips, a slight smirk lurking. The bulky guy with an intimidating glare reluctantly hands over a mysterious ring, his frown screaming, "Don't make me regret this." A moment pregnant with tension and absolutely zero willingness to back down. 3 figures dash across the grand courtyard, their feet pounding as if they owe the world a few $100. The urgency is palpable, a high-stakes escape from whatever mess they've landed in. The guy in the fancy coat smirks, ice cream cone in hand, like he just solved the mystery of the universe, or at least the mystery of why sprinkles exist. Meanwhile, the girl with flowing hair can't decide if she's amused or borderline jealous of his confidence. Is this shiny thing the key to your heart, or just a really fancy bottle opener? The tension crackles as hands meet, each person weighing the significance of this priceless exchange. Her golden brown eyes shimmer with unshed tears, holding secrets and untold stories, as if every blink could unleash a torrent of emotions or a stray cat. Tough choices are never easy. With a grin like sunshine, the girl with fiery red hair clasps her hands, radiating excitement. You can practically hear her heart squeaking with joy. Who knew happiness had a sound? The girl with bright eyes and a bubbly smile beams brightly. After a moment's forgetfulness, she chuckles. Oops, where are my manners? Let's rewind, shall we? A laugh escapes. The guy in the polished uniform stumbles, his confidence slipping faster than his grip on reality. Meanwhile, the fiery redhead raises an eyebrow, slyly amused. He's definitely caught in her snare. Layla Rosewill beams, her bright red hair bouncing with enthusiasm, making it impossible to ignore her vibrant spirit. Nice to meet you, she chirps, as if sunshine just introduced itself. With a dazzling smile and glimmering amber eyes, the confident girl extends her hand, as if inviting you into a world of adventure. Just don't forget the snacks. Setsuna Cromwell, the dapper lad with the brooding stare, stands confidently, ready to elevate the drama. But let's be real. He's probably just here to find the nearest snack bar. The sharply dressed guy with an assured smirk is the talk of the town, famous and apparently a sucker for handshakes. Fame looks good on him, doesn't it? As they enthusiastically swing their hands, the girl's fiery hair bounces, mixing her passion with mischief. Melee magic, she beams, because who doesn't love a good old-fashioned smite? The guy with the dreamy blue eyes and messy hair is deep in thought, grappling with a truth so wild it sounds like a plot twist from a bad rom-com. She'd never buy it. With hair as pristine as his question, the guy in the suit looks like he's one awkward moment away from living out a magical buddy comedy, If only he could find that elusive melee magic classroom first. The girl with flaming red hair looks panicked, realizing she's missed the orientation. Meanwhile, the guy with the perfectly styled hair stands clueless, probably still stuck in the last-minute snack line. A determined mage darts through cobblestone streets, urgency in his footsteps. "Let's hurry," he urges, as if the universe itself is about to explode if he doesn't make it in time. A blur of motion zips past. It's the notoriously speedy runner, who seems determined to set a record for the world's fastest jog to the ice cream truck. Priorities, am I right? Under the broad sky, two shadowy figures stroll on cracked stones. The girl with fiery hair quips about their isolated spot, and you can almost hear the universe chuckle back. Life's just unfair like that. The guy with the perfectly styled hair feels the weight of regret as he watches the red-haired girl walk away, his heart pulling like a stubborn toddler refusing to budge. Should he chase her or just admire the view? With a glint in her eye and enthusiasm that could power a small city, the fiery-haired girl leans in, ready to unlock the secrets of the mystical mana blade. Meanwhile, the boy with the calm demeanor seems slightly overwhelmed. Does he need a manual for this? With a casual air and a glint of mischief, the guy with the slick blue hair nonchalantly admits to mastering magic. Yeah, no big deal. He just practiced until his hair sparkled. The guy with the sharp jawline smirks, plotting ways to wield melee magic. Who knew thinking could look this good? Time to make combat less of a chore and more of a game. The air crackles with tension as the determined mage vows to squabble with the death god, trading flashy spells for punches. Who knew magic school would end with a brawl with a deity? The ominous figure looms, draped in shadow and secrets. Its glowing red eyes pierce through the darkness like a hot knife through butter. God, it whispers. Talk about setting the mood. The silver-haired mage broods on a lavish couch, contemplating chaos while a teacup audibly clatters. Because, nothing says death invasion prep like a heart suddenly racing in a quiet room. A guy with slicked back hair sits alone on an opulent sofa, staring at a shimmering glass orb. The palpable tension is thick. Clearly, he's waiting for something, or someone, to shatter this silence. The old man sips tea like it's the elixir of life, plotting world domination, or perhaps just his next nap. His fingers are steepled, suggesting wisdom, or maybe he's just trying to look mysterious. A delicate hand, poised and graceful, suddenly drops a teacup, the clatter echoing like a dramatic plot twist, spilling both tea and secrets all over the table. Oops. The guy with the perfectly tousled hair jolts as if struck by lightning, wide eyes betraying a cocktail of surprise and disbelief. He just figured out who stole the last cookie. The ancient wizard, with his majestic beard just begging for a bird to nest, stares wide-eyed at the glowing symbols on his hands, yelling disbelief. 2 schools of magic, really? Who taught you? Hogwarts. The guy with the messy hair stares wide-eyed, his brain whirring like a blender. 1 school of magic? Clearly, they don't know about my talent for delightful chaos. With a flicker of realization, the sharply dressed magician reveals the secret on his hand. An intricate symbol glimmers, promising a summon that could lead to chaos or calzones. A gamble. A mysterious glowing symbol hovers over the guy's left hand, sparking curiosity and a hint of dread. Great. Just when I thought magic wasn't applicable to my life. The young student, half leaning forward, eyes wide with curiosity, can't quite believe what he's seeing. Meanwhile, the headmaster, looking like he just decoded the universe's secrets, is ready to drop some serious wisdom, or maybe just the weekly gossip. In the dimly lit room, the secret keeper, with their mysterious air, promises, "I will tell you in good time." Trust hangs thick as secrets linger dangerously close to bursting. With a furrowed brow and a touch of drama thicker than his majestic beard, the headmaster's stoic face whispers of secrets tangled deep within the academy's hidden heart. Too bad that curiosity didn't kill the cat. It just left it clueless. A splash of crimson dots the exquisite backdrop of chaos, ominously whispering secrets of betrayal. Just when you think the plot thickens, the death god waltzes in. Party crasher or grim reaper? In the murky shadows, the guy with the nervous sweat beads suspects it's not just a bad hair day. Death is definitely giving him the side eye. If he can crack the code of the magic school, who knows? Maybe he can outwit fate itself and finally snag that slice of pizza. With a fiery determination, the girl with the red hair shouts, "We're here!" Her voice echoes like an anthem, daring the universe to challenge their world-changing mission. With a mischievous grin and a finger raised in triumph, the girl with fiery hair points toward the looming mansion, ready to dash into the chaos that awaits her inside. Who knew trouble could look so good? In the dimly lit hall, the shoed feet of a determined mage contemplate an uphill battle. How do I impress the headmaster? Maybe a magical flash dance? Too bad he can't hip-hop. With determination etched on his face, the sharp-suited young man dashes forward, hope propelling him faster than his meticulous grooming can keep up. Who knew saving the world would mess up your hair? Tension crackles in the air as the tall guy in blue stares deadpan at the stoic guard, while the red-haired girl fidgets nervously, hoping her inner anxiety isn't contagious. The girl in the skirt struts confidently, unaware of the guy behind her, who's clearly unimpressed. His disdain is palpable. Too bad he can't walk in style like her. The stern man in a vest glares, his brows furrowing like a thundercloud. Not only are you late, but you've brought a girl. Aren't we supposed to be working? Setsuna Cromwell stands defiantly, arms crossed and eyebrow raised, like he just dropped the hottest mixtape of the year. Nerve? He quips back, smirking. I'm just warming up. The guy with the slick hair pointed dramatically, frustration radiating off him like a bad perfume. Excuses? I'm not here for a soap opera. Just give me the truth. The bald man sneers, relish filling the air as he declares, "Ha! The days of your GPA bragging are finished." Cue the dramatic gasp from the guy with the neatly combed hair. With a playful smirk, the guy with the sleek black gloves leans forward, as if casually revealing a secret. Welcome to melee magic, where finesse meets danger. And yes, there will be consequences. The bald man with a serious face jabs a finger at the confidently unruffled young man. Welcome to the melee magic department, where thick skin is as crucial as your spells. The drama thickens as the mysterious voice predicts doom, sending a shiver down the guy with the impeccable haircut. Meanwhile, his friend rolls his eyes, thinking, "Wow, keep down, Nostradamus!" The guy with the icy blue gaze grabs the bald instructor's arm, surprise sparking. Aren't you the melee magic instructor? You might want to take a class in tactful comments. The bald man's eyes bulge like he just found out his favorite pizza place closed. Disparage? He practically sputters, caught off guard as his twitching brow signals alarm. Someone's in deep trouble. The bald instructor's face is twisted in fury, veins popping like road maps, while the blue-haired student stands his ground, defiance blazing in his eyes. Talk about a classic showdown. With a swift move, the guy with the curved eyebrow locks his grip, teasing. Melee magic has a lot of potential too. And here I thought he was just a great arm wrestler. With a gaze sharper than his neatly pressed collar, the boy with the ice blue eyes grips his tie, frustration simmering. That's what they all think, he mutters, ready to unleash his fury. In his piercing gaze, the guy with the icy blue eye conveys pure fury, as if he's mentally concocting 1,000 ways to bruise egos, starting with a glare that could set fires. With a smirk, Mr. Baldy leans into the challenge, confident he can knock that high and mighty attitude down a peg. Meanwhile, the girl with fiery hair rolls her eyes. Classic. Tension crackles in the air as the girl in the school uniform crosses her arms, daring trouble. The guy with the sharp gaze smirks. You can practically hear the challenge echo. Amidst a prehistoric rock concert, the guy with messy hair swings his tool, yelling, "Wabam," while his friends huff and puff, trying to break through boulders like modern-day cavemen. Who knew geology could be so exhausting? With an exaggerated sigh, the girl in the tidy skirt wishes for more time and less existential dread. Rock formations don't solve problems, but they sure can listen. The guy with the glasses and the wild green hair unleashes a mighty battle cry, wielding his energy like it's a sword, and he's just discovered a sale at his favorite shop. The guy with the spiky green hair kicks a boulder like it's a soccer ball, only it doesn't move. Someone better tell him clay feet are not a superpower. The guy with the messy hair stares in disbelief at his unscathed opponent, frustration bubbling in his chest. Seriously, it's like hitting a brick wall with a feather. The guy in the vest squints, trying to decode the chaos. Meanwhile, the intense instructor casually states, "Welcome to your first test, survival of the not-so-fittest," as students tackle giant rocks. The rocky arena echoes with the frantic rhythm of hammers and swords. The determined fighters, clad in orange, are caught in a battle of strength, strategy, and, let's be honest, a little too much enthusiasm. A fist-sized crystal lies hidden inside an unyielding rock, glinting mischievously like it knows all the secrets. Good luck breaking that fortress. It's not exactly a piñata party. The clock's ticking, and tension hangs like a bad perfume. It's a race against time, and those who trip on the finish line might just find themselves on the wrong end of a cosmic whoopee cushion. With a gleeful grin, the balding man leans forward, eyes glinting with mischief. "You morons," he bellows, as if announcing the punchline to an incredibly bad joke, funny if only to him. The guy with the slick hair stands back, exasperated, as his team throws weak punches at the rocks. Is it just me, or should we call the Rock Whisperer? With a mighty clang, the girl in the blue skirt swings her glowing sword, determined to battle the rock demons, or maybe just get some snacks from behind them. You never know. The guy with the aqua hair leans hopelessly against a boulder, eyes wide with frustration. "These rocks must have a PhD in toughness," he groans, while the barefoot girl rolls her eyes. Two sharply dressed guys are huddled behind an oversized shrub, whispering like they've just uncovered a government secret. "Shh," says the silver-haired one, eyeing the boss, clearly bitter over that promotion. In a cave filled with tension and rocky stairs, Mr. Baldy reveals the last boulder, like it's the final marshmallow in a s'mores battle. The suspense is real. Who's getting toasted next? The guy with the slick-back hair leans forward, eyes gleaming with excitement. "Show us what melee magic can do," he urges, like he's waiting for the ultimate magic trick and a good punchline. The old professor, with his impressive eyebrows and a voice like gravel, looms over the towering rock, declaring, "You've got 10 minutes, maybe less, before I turn you into a permanent fixture here." Panic surges like a tidal wave. Only 10 minutes to conquer the test? That's not just cutting it close. It's like trying to sprint a marathon in flip-flops. The fiery girl with wild red hair is ready to explode. Seriously, she's about to cast a spell or start a rock band. "Not enough time," she screams, pointing at the massive rock like it just stole her lunch. With a sly grin, the bald man leans in, exuding confidence as if teasing the universe itself. "So what?" he scoffs, clearly unfazed by whatever drama unfolds. The guy with the cool blue hair smirks. "Oh dear," he quips. "A whole minute vanished while you were sharing your life story. Time flies when you're on a roll." The guy in a sharp suit is casually leaning toward the girl with fiery red hair, sharing a secret only they can hear. Probably something scandalous about cafeteria food. Their chemistry crackles like a soda can in a hot car. The guy with the slick hair pauses, hand resting on the cold, mysterious rock. Meanwhile, the bald dude just stands there, silently judging his holographic fashion choices. Serious or just stuck? The girl with the poised fingertips hesitates, her heart pounding as she inches closer, debating if this is the moment to shatter the silence or just keep holding back. The slick old man chuckles, his beady eyes glinting with mischief. Teasingly, he dangles the carrot of extra time like it's the last cookie on the plate. Who knew begging could be this entertaining? With a confident smirk, the well-dressed young man with piercing blue eyes leans in closely, as if those 10 seconds could change his world. Talk about a high-stakes countdown. The guy with the piercing blue eyes squints, a frown etched deep like he just tasted sour milk. Something bad is brewing, and he's not ready to sip that tea. The guy with the furrowed brow stares in disbelief, mouth agape like a goldfish. "What?" he sputters, as if someone just suggested he wear socks with sandals. Utterly absurd. With icy determination, the guy with the raven hair walks ahead, while the fiery-haired girl gasps, "Wait, you can't just ignore the impending doom." Typical guy move, look cool while chaos brews. A bald guy with a wild expression realizes he's in over his head. Those rocks aren't just large, they're like the overachievers of the stone world. Who knew geology could be such a workout? With a grin that could curdle milk, the schemer reflects on his painstaking 30-minute effort to shift his twisted plans. Talk about needing some serious motivation to break a sweat. With an unsettling grin, the bald guy's eyes bulge as he barks a countdown. 10 seconds to sanity or hilarity, depending on how this all shakes out. Game on. With a smirk masking determination, he tilts his head, the air crackling with unspoken challenges. All right, he declares, ready to dive into chaos, because who doesn't love a good adrenaline rush? With a flick of his wrist, the guy in the snazzy blue jacket conjures a watery spiral, looking like a magician who accidentally signed up for a swim class instead of a performance. His piercing blue gaze is equal parts confidence and, did I actually read the instructions? In a swirl of ambition, the student with wild determination vows to conquer the melee magic department, because apparently, impressing the headmaster requires more than just a flashy spell or two. With a dramatic swing, the guy with the sparkling blue sword slices through the air, leaving a dazzling trail. It's either a magical duel or an overly enthusiastic lightsaber demonstration. With a thunderous swoosh, the air seems to shimmer, as if the world just took a deep breath and let out a very dramatic sigh. Clearly, something epic is about to happen. With electric blue energy surging from his sword, the guy with the serious gaze prepares to face a threat that probably should have stayed in the basement. Stakes higher than his battle hair. Setsuna, the guy with the futuristic sword, rolls his eyes at the chaos around him. Really? You think this is trivial? Watch me slice through your excuses like butter. A digital tease of what's to come, an explosion of creativity in motion. With names like these in the mix, expect a marathon of madness. Stay tuned, popcorn not included. With a fierce determination painted across his face, the guy with striking blue eyes unleashes a powerful wave of energy. Because who needs subtlety when you can make a splash? Swoosh away. A brilliant flash erupts as the hero swings their shimmering weapon, a vibrant arc slicing through the air. Metal meets magic with a heart-stopping clang. Who knew drama could sound so loud? A shard of ice pierces the ground, crackling like an angry text message. The tension in the air thickens. Something frosty just went down, and it's definitely not a winter wonderland. With a dramatic flourish, the magical ray zips toward the massive rock, like a kid at a candy store, full of enthusiasm and just a hint of reckless abandon. Ha! The thrill of destruction has never felt so sweet. The balding instructor, frothing with excitement, points dramatically as if he just solved the biggest mystery of all time. Talent? Sure, but you're still just a student, like a puppy trying to wrestle a bear. With a thunderous crack, the guy with the perpetually messy hair sends a shockwave through the air. Definitely not how one hopes to make an entrance as a student. It's less of a first day and more of a battlefield. With a crackle that could wake the dead, the ground erupted, sending rubble flying like confetti at a not-so-fun party. Who invited this chaos? A rocky situation indeed. As he unleashes his power, stones explode in every direction, sending shards flying like they've just been told to quit their day job. Who knew rock breaking could look so dramatic? The guy with the fancy bow tie goes pale as the ground beneath him crumbles, his brain clearly racing faster than his feet. Crumble? Oh no, that definitely wasn't on the itinerary. The bald guy with the shocked expression stares at the sparkling purple gem like it just proposed to him. Raise? As in my standards, good luck with that. With a steely gaze and windswept hair, the guy with the intense blue eyes declares 10 seconds as he prepares to unleash chaos. No pressure, right? Just a countdown to drama. The guy in the smart jacket smirks, cradling a sparkling purple gem like it's the last piece of pizza at a party. I was right, wasn't I? He quips, suddenly the hero of rock hunting adventures. The bald man's eyes bulge like saucers, shock etching his face. What? He shouts, the disbelief echoing louder than an opera in a silent library. Oops, too much drama. A mage with a slick hairstyle and a past riddled with danger stares intensely. He's got a second chance, but there's no reset button for emotional baggage. Can he dodge the awkward encounters? The wizard's eyes bulged in disbelief, like he'd just spotted his first gray hair. He really managed to take the crystal out? Light-hearted, yet the tension crackled like static in the air. The girl with the fiery braid freezes, mouth agape, hands pressed to her face. I can't, she whispers, as a shocking truth shatters her world. Drama level, off the charts. The guy with the thick glasses gasps, eyes wide, while the girl with the pixie cut stares in disbelief. Did he just break that rock like it was a cookie? His wide-eyed shock says it all. Surprising news just dropped like a 50-pound dumbbell on his foot. Stronger than the instructor, he might need a new pair of pants. No way, she exclaimed, eyes wide as dinner plates. Did you honestly think I'd take the bait on this flimsy trick? I'm not a goldfish, Grant. The bald guy with the dramatic flair is losing it, hands raised like he's beckoning the gods. 10 minutes, he shouts, as if the universe itself is on a countdown. The bald guy, arms flailing like he's swatting flies, screams accusations as if the universe owes him an explanation. Clearly, he skipped physics class. Rocks don't just break for bad behavior. 10 whole minutes? The girl with gravity-defying red hair looks like she just discovered a plot twist in a rom-com, while the dark-haired boy struggles to keep his cool. Classic. The guy in blue is feeling spicy, throwing shade like it's confetti. Meanwhile, the angry brats are about to erupt. Looks like a heated lesson in humility is on the menu. The guy with the lion tattoo stares, irritation brewing as Zachary darts away like he's late for a dinner party. Seriously, Zachary? You're making me miss my favorite show. With a grip like a vice, strong fingers clutch the guy with the shiny head, plunging him into panic, because nothing screams bad day like an unexpected hairless headlock. The guy with the brooding vibe looms over the sweating bald man, his grip firm and questioning. Are you about to drop the world's worst secret, or just your lunch? The guy with the slicked back hair smirks, fingers tapping impatiently as he spots the bullies lurking around like pesky flies, just buzzing for trouble. Can't they ever take a day off? The guy with the brooding glare holds a cigarette like it's his only lifeline, while a distant voice tickles his nerves. Lee, someone calls, but he's too busy contemplating life's existential questions, like why he's still up at this hour. Lionel, the sleepyhead, rubs his eyes like a toddler refusing to get up, his nap interrupted by chaos, cursing the universe and hoping for a snack to make it all better. The guy with the rugged tattoo scratches his head in frustration, declaring Setsuna's innocence like a soap opera star trying to clear their name during a dramatic reveal. Messy, but oh so satisfying. With a sharp gaze, the boy with striking blue eyes locked onto the rock, feeling the mana pulse like a mischievous heartbeat. If rocks could chuckle, this one would be giggling. With a flash of brilliance, the warrior aimed his blade straight at the monster's Achilles heel. Let's hope it wasn't just a bad shot and that he remembered to stretch. The guy with the messy hair glares incredulously, his disbelief practically radiating. Seriously? An instructor who doesn't know this? What's next? A dentist who can't find teeth? The heavily tattooed guy with a smirk that screams trouble looms over a nervous bald man whose wide eyes shout, "I'd rather be in a dentist's chair right now." The guy with the serious bravado, looking like he skipped leg day, shouts with the intensity of a motivational speaker at a sleepover. The crowd freezes, wondering what wild proposal will follow. The barefoot girl with dreamy eyes stands defiantly, her finger pointing at the thieving rogue. Her friends watch, surprised and a little concerned. Shouldn't she at least be wearing shoes for this? In the spotlight, Instructor Zachary looks alarmed yet intrigued. The crowd's chatter dies down. Curiosity peaked. Who knew mana guards were this dramatic? Can he pull off a magic trick without fumbling? With a sharp intake of breath, the guy with the intense glare raises his energy. His muscles ripple like they've witnessed too many gym selfies. It's time for some serious power-up drama. With a smirk and a swirling aura, the trainer taunts, "If you've been actually training and not just eating snacks, this will be a piece of cake. Just, hopefully, not a lethal one." The guy with the shiny head is caught in panic mode, hands out like he's trying to shove away impending doom. Apologies are flying, but good luck fixing this mess. With a fierce determination, the guy with the rippling muscles teeters on the edge, shouting in defiance. Who knew refusing to do it again could feel like a dramatic leap off a cliff? With a zap and a whoosh, the guy with the wild hair leaps through the air, electricity crackling around him, while the unsuspecting opponent braces for a shocking surprise. Literally, a tide of chaos erupts as the water crashes in, sweeping everything in its path. Forget orderly science experiments, it's an aquatic tidal wave party gone wild. With a surge of raw power, the muscular warrior shattered Zachary's defenses like glass, leaving him reeling and questioning his life choices. Who knew biceps could be this intimidating? Zachary's piercing blue eyes narrow, confusion battling disbelief. Who is this powerhouse flipping his world upside down? Must have skipped leg day because he's all muscle, no answers. The muscle-bound guy with the intimidating glare breaks the silence with a casual "so," because nothing screams tension like a brawny dude preparing for a life-altering conversation, right? Setsuna stands tall, beaming like he just won a Nobel Prize, while the guy with the muscular arms gives a hearty clap on his back that sounds like a drum solo. "Impressive, kid," echoes as Setsuna's heart thumps louder than his newfound fan club. In a world where magic reigns supreme, the guy with the snarky commentary declares melee magic the weakest school, clearly aiming for a participation trophy with his sarcasm. He's not making friends. The guy with the rugged beard leans in, a smirk dancing on his lips, holding a cigarette like it's a magic wand. "Don't push yourself too hard," he quips, eyes twinkling with mischief. The guy in the fancy jacket stands firm, icy blue eyes daring anyone to doubt him. With a touch on his shoulder, the muscle-bound guy underestimates a fierce resolve ready to ignite. In a room buzzing with tension, the guy in the slick blue uniform grins confidently, plotting to unleash melee magic's might while others scramble to understand the chaos. Talk about a dramatic plot twist. The guy with the charmingly crooked smile has big dreams, top student status, and magic prowess, all while casually chewing on a pencil like it's his secret weapon. Ambition never looked so snackable. The charismatic guy with the slicked back hair exudes charm, offering to teach a spell with a wink. Meanwhile, the two goofballs in the back can't hide their awe or their giggles. Three figures stand on a desolate terrain: the smirking guy in a suit, the brooding mountain of muscles, and the schoolgirl with a mischievous sparkle, like the Avengers, but with way more angst. The guy with the brooding intensity stares into the void, contemplating the universe's cruel joke, another delightfully deranged thinker just like him. Intramural sports? Prepare for chaos. With a devil-may-care grin and a casual cigarette hanging from his lips, this guy is ready to turn the competition from friendly to unfriendly. Rivals, meet your match. He's got swagger and smirks for days. With an exaggerated flair, the guy with the slicked back hair leans into the moment, smirking as if he's about to reveal the secrets of the universe. Spoiler alert, it's just his name. Lionel, the head instructor of the melee magic department, stands confidently, arms crossed, sporting a tattoo that screams, "I can teach you to kick butt," and look good doing it. With bulging muscles and a grin that could brighten a stormy day, the guy with the tattoos welcomes everyone, casually noting that early mornings come with a side of awkwardness. Who knew dawn could be this intimidating? The guy with the booming voice stares down the group, his aura demanding attention. Intramural contest? Sounds fancy, like a field trip, but with a lot more pressure and embarrassing moments. The intramural contest looms like a glittering beacon, promising glory and a side of chaos. Just remember, every winner was once a loser with a really big dream and maybe a trophy. Beneath the shimmering crown of glory, 8 cloaked figures stand united, each representing their magical realm, ready to duel for honor. Who said wizards couldn't rock a good hoodie? Amidst swirling shadows, departments don their gladiator hats, sending one brave soul to slug it out. It's like a family reunion, lots of drama, but no potluck in sight. In a world where time travel is just another Tuesday, the guy with the slick silver hair holds a trophy leaf like it's the golden ticket to a snack bar. Meanwhile, our cloak-wearing hero kneels. "All Mr. Headmaster, can I get some confidence with that?" With piercing blue eyes set on victory, the guy with the messy hair declares, "I'll aim to be the representative again." Because who doesn't love a good underdog story? The guy in the fancy blue suit stares at the rock like it just told him a life-changing secret. "Fortified rock," he muses, totally questioning his life choices. Plop. "Setsuna, you're not the only genius here." A smirk dances across the voice's lips as the crowd buzzes with whispered rivalry. Everyone loves a little competitive bragging, right? In the spotlight, the tension crackles as a figure steps up, stealing the thunder. "Surprise! I'm the new owner of the crystal, and I didn't even break a sweat." Drama levels rise. The shadowy giant looms, fists clenched, and eyes glowing like disco lights at a soul-sucking rave. Not just big, but a force of doom wrapped in mystery and tension. With a smirk that screamed confidence, he took on the challenge like a kid tackling a broken piñata. No weapons, just knuckles and a hint of reckless charm. The sharply dressed guy with icy blue eyes narrows his gaze, inspecting the odd rocks like he's auditioning for a geology detective show. So these pieces of rock hold secrets, huh? Let's dig deeper. The guy with the sleek, raven hair squints into the dim light, his heart racing faster than his thoughts. What just crashed into their quiet world? Seriously, it wasn't him, right? Drago Oakred stands tall, an air of confidence about him, but the ominous crack in the ground suggests trouble is brewing. Just another day in the life of a dramatic hero. His emerald eyes gleam with determination, a silent challenge hanging in the air. It's as if he just dared everyone to try him. Spoiler alert, his confidence is contagious. In a sea of elite students, the towering redhead looms like a skyscraper. Meanwhile, the guy with stern glasses evaluates the odd tension. Did someone step on his invisible toe? Setsuna Cromwell stands there, a master of understatement, in a department his brilliance didn't actually sign up for. Maybe he thought it was all about coffee runs and casual Fridays? The guy with the slicked back hair leans in, a sly smirk dancing on his lips. Melee magic? Sounds like someone's been binge-watching too many action movies. The intensity in his companion's blue eyes hints there's more at stake than just cool spells. With a smirk that says more than words, the guy in the perfectly tailored suit rolls his eyes. "Don't be ridiculous," he snaps, as if he's just seen a chicken do ballet. "Frailty ain't a vibe," the challenger scoffs, eyeing the determined figure, while the other retorts with a proud smirk. "Generations of melee magic have taught me strength isn't always about muscles." With a determined glare and fists clenched like a vice, the guy with the biceps of Hercules declares his 17 years of training. Maybe he's auditioning for a superhero gig. A piercing green eye, sharp as a hawk's gaze, reflects determination mixed with a hint of mischief. Like, "I know a secret that could rock your world, or at least your lunch." With piercing blue eyes, the guy with the tousled hair stares down an invisible foe, his intensity crackling in the air like a high-stakes staring contest. Glad he didn't blink first. With a thunderous wah-bam, chaos erupts as everyone dives for safety. Hearts racing. Whoosh! The air crackles, leaving them wondering if they've just stumbled into a superhero movie or an epic disaster. A sword slips through the air like a summer breeze. If that breeze could slice you in half. The guy with the messy hair can't help but shout, "Whoa!" while his friend yelps, "Eek! What a camping trip!" In a cloud of dust, the guy with the biceps of a Greek god lands a punch while his bewildered opponent flinches. Meanwhile, the girl in the background wonders if she should have brought popcorn. "Duel with me," he challenges, confidence radiating like a caffeine buzz. Prove your worth or go home, a game of skill that's more dramatic than reality TV's finest moments. With his piercing green eyes and jaw set in determination, he stood alone, the king of the melee magic realm. No pressure, right? Just a lone warrior against a sea of expectations. With a cocky grin and a sparkle in his eye, the confident fighter is ready to unleash his inner warrior. This duel is about to make popcorn sales skyrocket. With a smirk that could rival a chess master, he leans in, confidence oozing. Why not? Let's unleash chaos in a way that makes even fortune cookies jealous. The behemoth of a man, flexing his muscles, delivers a playful pat that makes the scrawny guy flinch. It's like being smacked by a fluffy mountain. 1 week to prepare, the giant smirks, eager for dramatic theatrics. The guy in the snazzy vest glances back, a smirk teasing at the corner of his lips. "Back out? No way! I'm just here for the drama and the snacks!" The mage with a flair for theatrics challenges honor with a cheeky grin. "Fight like a hero, or just embrace the inevitable," he smirks, clearly enjoying the dramatic tension. The guy with the floppy hair glances nervously at the confident woman in the stylish outfit, while the redhead rolls her eyes, clearly thinking, "Well, this should be entertaining." With a nervous grin and a bead of sweat trickling down, the fiery-haired girl challenges her friend's confidence. "You're sure you can beat him, right? Or should we start searching for a therapist?" The guy with the slick hair stands there, a picture of calm denial, his eyes saying, "Not today." Meanwhile, the fiery girl with the wild curls looks ready to unleash a verbal storm. Meet Mr. Muscles. His biceps have biceps, and he flexes so hard, clouds worry about being punched. Years of training, more like an endless, sweaty dance-off with gravity. With the weight of the world on his shoulders, The sharply dressed guy with messy hair feels as small as a crumb beneath the giant looming beside him. Great, I love being underestimated, he thinks sarcastically. With a determined stride, the girl with fiery red hair leads the way, her footsteps echoing hope, while the tall figure behind raises an eyebrow, wondering where this crazy plan will lead. The sky looms empty as a voice shouts, "Where are you going?" It's the kind of question that hangs in the air, as heavy as a waterlogged sponge. Just add drama. The crunch of gravel fills the air as the bright-eyed girl with wild orange hair follows the tall, brooding figure ahead. Each step feels like an invitation to drama. Who knew awkward walks could be this intense? The redhead gasps, wide-eyed, as her gaze fixes on the ancient tree looming ominously, like a grumpy old man who forgot to prune his eyebrows and is seriously judging her. Faced with the towering ancient tree, the girl with fiery hair turns to her companion, eyes sparkling with curiosity. Seriously, did we just walk into a fairy tale or what? The guy with the serious face gestures dramatically, revealing a hidden training spot lit by shimmering green sparkles. My secret training spot, he says, as if he's unveiling the secret behind the universe. A shadowy figure looms amidst the glowing forest, whispering promises of danger. When I'm here, they tease, as a vibrant green fog snakes around their feet, mysteriously inviting or just plain weird. With a smirk that screams mischief, the guy in the slick suit unleashes a ghostly green glow. It's either magic or another failed attempt at a magic trick. Guess he's going for spooky. When the coffee kicks in and you instantly power up, 3 times stronger than usual. Just try not to accidentally turn into an over-caffeinated superhero fighting off sleepy villains. In the shadows of the credits, the clever minds at Sorajima and Kisai Entertainment craft magic. Color grading by Hayasa adds a visual punch, because who doesn't love vivid? Beneath the sprawling, shadowy tree, tension hangs thicker than the ghost stories swirling in the night air. Its ancient trunk might just be hiding secrets, or a squirrel with a vendetta. Beneath the sprawling limbs of the ancient world tree, awe washes over the guy with messy hair. Who knew nature could be so majestic, or, a little intimidating? A massive ancient tree erupts with vibrant energy, as if Mother Nature just sneezed. A spectacular whoosh. Dreamers and skeptics alike are caught in its surreal leafy whirlwind. Beneath the shimmering leaves of the ancient tree, a figure approaches, heart racing. "So you've accepted me this time as well," they whisper, battling hope and desperation like a tug of war. With a smirk sharper than his collar, the guy with the glimmering blue eyes unveils his mysterious power. Green magic swirling around him like a trendy t-shirt twist. Who knew sorcery could look this good? The girl with fiery red hair squints at the glowing emerald light, her curiosity sparking alongside her partner's wide-eyed wonder. "What's this light?" they both ponder, excitement bubbling like soda. The world tree looms, its leaves shimmering like a supermodel's hair in a breeze. For the lucky few, the voice teases, it's basically a VIP pass to instant mana recovery. In his hands, a glowing orb pulses with time's secrets as he stands on the brink of the past. Time travel has never looked this good or this green. With a dramatic flick of his wrist, the guy in the snazzy suit conjures a green mist, grinning like he just discovered an unlimited snack stash. Say goodbye to mana management. With determination etched on her face, the spirited girl exclaims her resolve, ready to embrace the grueling grind. Because who doesn't love a good muscle burn alongside existential dread? With an electrifying grin, the guy in the snazzy jacket seems ready to unleash some serious energy. Probably best not to ask about his last science experiment. V-woom, sparks fly, and chaos awaits. With wide eyes and a mouth agape, the girl with fiery red hair stares in awe, whispering, "Amazing," as if the universe just pulled off the greatest magic trick of all time. The guy with the messy hair grapples with guilt. "Drago's always been a melee mage," he mutters, plotting revenge with the intensity of a soap opera star with a hidden lamp. With her fiery hair and fierce determination, she's ready to reclaim her brooch and maybe her dignity. Watch out, world. This time she's the hero of her own story. The guy with the nerdy glasses suddenly lights up with mischief, declaring his intent to snoop on Drago like a secret agent, but with way less finesse and a no-spy badge. The guy with the slick hair raises an eyebrow, puzzled by the girl with the flaming red locks staring at the horizon. Is she waiting for a dramatic wind or just pondering life? A lone, hunched figure stands under a vast, empty sky, like a forgotten sock in a laundry basket. Even the clouds seem to be in on the joke, just floating by. In the melee magic training room, sweat drips as the guy with the messy hair lifts weights, grunting like he's wrestling an angry dragon. Who knew lifting could be this epic? The guy with slick hair is huffing like he's battling an invisible dragon, while the girl peeking around the door looks like she just stumbled into a gym horror movie. Will she call for backup or join the chaos? The guy with the questionable haircut is getting his workout interrupted. Meanwhile, the girl with the fiery hair and wide eyes just realized their gym was anything but ordinary. Awkward. The girl with the fiery braids stares in disbelief, her jaw nearly on the floor. Meanwhile, the guy sporting a confused look can't count past 10. Math wasn't his strong suit either. With muscles bulging like he's just chugged a protein shake made of thunder, the guy with the rock-hard abs pumps iron while onlookers marvel he's on a whole other level. The guy with the beard, looking more like a lumberjack than a weightlifter, watches as his buddy struggles under the weights. Clank. Should have thought twice about that second dessert, huh? The guy with the chiseled abs groans as if lifting weights wasn't enough. Sir, he sighs, struggling between a bicep curl and a questioning glance. Priorities, am I right? The guy with the shaggy hair smirks, finger pointed like a dramatic director. What? You think you can take down the whole crew? Hope you brought your A-game and a snack. With muscles like rippling mountains, the guy with the bulging biceps opens the grand door, ready to face whatever epic battle lies ahead, hopefully without tripping on his towel. With casual confidence, the guy with the stylish shoes casually dismisses the idea of smashing anything, as if he's contemplating lunch instead of chaos. Perhaps he's just a master of chill. With sweat streaming down his face, the guy with the wild red hair heaves the massive tire, counting his reps like a determined auctioneer. 1, 2, and a tiny voice whispers, "Why again?" With sweat dripping and muscles screaming, our eager hero kneels amidst the chaos, ready to borrow strength from those who won't miss it. Talk about a bold move. With wide eyes and a braid that looks like it's seen some battles, she questions humanity while peekabooing behind the door. Seriously, does strength come with a no-human sticker? With adrenaline pumping, Setsuna hears the urgent shout echoing, "It's now or never." She gathers her courage, legs racing like they're fueled by caffeine and panic. No one's knocking me out today. With fiery determination lighting up her eyes, the redhead bolts forward, sweat glistening on her forehead. "Are you sure you can hold your own against Drago?" she challenges, half worried, half sarcastic. Bright sunlight drapes over the towering trees, casting playful shadows. Birds chirp cheerfully, unaware that the calm is about to be interrupted, probably by someone tripping over a root. The guy with the serious face sits against the colossal tree, lost in thought, as if pondering the universe, or his last bad haircut. Nature whispers secrets, but he just wants a good nap. In a dimly lit room, the guy with raven black hair flips through an ancient book, eyebrows furrowing. The weight of untold secrets may rival his fashion sense, but who's counting? With a cover as intricate as a wedding cake, the martial arts manual practically beckons, whispering promises of unstoppable agility. If only it could teach the guy with the fancy ring how to read. The fiery girl with the wild hair huffs, her frustration bubbling over. Seriously, who has time for books when there's chaos brewing? Priorities, people, priorities. Drago's sweating bullets, but the real challenge, 5 fortified rocks on his back. Because why do push-ups the easy way? The girl with the fiery hair can barely contain her laughter. The guy with the wide eyes can't believe what he's hearing. Intensity, physical training, is she serious? Meanwhile, the girl in blue calmly gestures, blending inspiration with a hint of sass. The girl with the long flowing hair smirks confidently, assuring her friend that this chaos is all part of her expert training. Because who wouldn't want to learn during a wild ride? Her deep blue eye sparkles with an otherworldly glow, hinting at powers she never asked for, like finding out your grandma's secret sauce is actually magic. What now? With an eyebrow furrowed and a glow in his icy blue eyes, the boy clad in a crisp suit flips through pages of destiny. No pressure, right? It's not like the universe is watching. In a realm where whispers echo louder than thunder, she blinks at the unexpected revelation. What do you mean? The barest hint of panic dances in her wide eyes. Priceless! The guy with the intense gaze tries to focus on the spellbook in his hands, while the confident girl with fiery hair explains mana manipulation. Because who doesn't want superhuman strength, right? With glistening skin and a determined gaze, she prepares to channel her mana. Who knew leg day could feel this mystical? Power is one thing, but a little cardio never hurt. A fist raised, glowing with potential, while a bare foot hovers nearby like it's considering a career change. Power is all about focus, but can we focus on fashion too? The guy with the striking blue eyes leans in, words sizzling with intrigue. And when you concentrate it in your brain, you gain. A pause. Dramatic effect, or just working up an appetite for knowledge? A boy with wide eyes stands frozen, the weight of realization crashing down like a tidal wave. Optimal recall means more than just acing tests. It's unlocking memories best left untouched. A book thuds down like it's demanding attention, catching the sunlight just right. Was it a plea for a reader, or just tired of gathering dust? Either way, the suspense is real. The guy in the crisp white shirt turns with a determined glance, ready to unleash his newly mastered techniques. Hope this works better than my last attempt at assembling IKEA furniture. The guy with sneakers and a questionable sense of adventure peers at the creature, eyebrows raised. Shall I test it out a little? Because who needs a manual, right? A single green leaf dances in the breeze, caught between the thrill of freedom and the fear of falling. Nature's tiny acrobat perfecting its pirouette with a side of flair. His icy blue eye pierces through the chaos, a silent storm brewing within. The world blurs, but that intense gaze says it all. Time to unleash the storm. With the grace of a ballet dancer and the enthusiasm of a caffeinated squirrel, he delivers a kick that sends shockwaves through the air. Who knew business attire could come with a side of karate? The guy in the sharp suit might have fancied himself a hero, but those fancy shoes don't do well with splashes. Nature called, and he definitely didn't hit the mute button. Leaves flutter down like nature's confetti, each one a tiny whisper of change. They seem to be saying, "It's fall. Time to let go and bit of summer." With a flick of his wrist, the guy with the tousled black hair sent a wave of energy slicing through the air, turning a lazy afternoon into an epic action scene. Minus the popcorn. With a fierce determination, the guy with the slick blue hair swings his arm, sending a wave of shimmering energy swirling towards his unsuspecting target. Nature's about to get a major makeover. With a flick of his wrist, the guy with the cool blue aura sends a shockwave through the air. Leaves spin like nature's confetti, celebrating his epic showdown. Who needs a sword when you have style? Her wide eyes spark with disbelief as leaves swirl around her, dancing like overly excited party guests. What's happening? Nature's throwing a rager, and she wasn't invited. With disheveled hair and sweat dripping down his forehead, the guy is panting hard, clearly not prepared for this impromptu martial arts crash course. Who knew throwing punches was so exhausting? Meanwhile, the eager girl is practically bouncing, marveling. Incredible! He learned those moves in no time at all. As he strides forward, every step thunders in his chest, like a bad relationship on the rocks. This isn't nearly enough, he mutters, a cliffhanger of frustration brewing. The guy with the piercing gaze narrows his eyes, sensing trouble lurking just beyond the trees, like a cat spotting a cucumber. The tension buzzes, almost begging for a punchline. The guy with the wild black hair stumbles through the fog, desperation in his eyes. Meanwhile, the redhead, seriously worried, wonders if he's training for the Olympics or just tripping on air. The breathless shout echoes through the empty space like a lost balloon in the wind. "Setsuna!" someone cries, desperation draping over the name like a heavy cloak. Where could she have wandered off to? Electricity dances across the guy's hand, zapping any hopes of a calm day. Instead, he's now part lightning rod, great for parties, not so much for friendly picnics. The guy with the messy hair winces, blood trickling down his arm, classic overthinking move. "I'm fine," he insists, but his eyes scream, "Help!" Meanwhile, the wind picks up ominously. Nothing says fine like a dramatic gust. Straining under the weight of impossible strength, the guy with the serious swagger grits his teeth, muscles screaming for mercy, all while testing his limits. Who needs sanity anyway? A worn hand hovers above the ground, glowing with a bright, eerie green light. Focus on recovery, whispers the guy with the overly dramatic healing plan. He should probably drop the motivational quotes. A fist clenches, radiating vibrant energy. This is no ordinary moment, folks. It's the glorious realization that our hero can actually do more than just make bad puns. With a smirk, the serious guy with slick black hair eyes the glowing cave wall, ready to channel his inner superhero. Meanwhile, the girl with wild curls raises an eyebrow. Does he need to go full Hulk? The guy with the stylish vest stares at his wrist, deep in thought. Clearly, normal training isn't cutting it. Catching up to Drago? Might need a miracle or a time machine. With a determined glare and a fist clenched tight, the young man showcases a mysterious tattoo, hinting at secrets begging to be unleashed, or at least a great party trick. The guy with the intense gaze feels the weight of his rival's relentless training. With a mix of determination and panic, he vows to triple the effort, because who needs sleep when you've got self-improvement? With wide eyes and a gasp, the girl with fiery red hair feels the weight of her words. 1,000 times, she wonders. Great, and I barely survived the first round. With a mischievous grin, he leans in, challenging the world's gloom. Smile? He quips. Not necessarily. Life's a drama, and sometimes a smirk is all you need to cope. In the stillness, echoes of the past creep in like an unwelcome friend. Each drop of sweat a reminder of the struggle that once felt endless, yet oddly nostalgic. Under a golden sunset, an orphanage sparks squeals of joy. Kids rush outside like sugar-fueled rockets, imagining all the mischief they could stir up. Who needs a family when you have a playground? With his intense blue eyes piercing through the air, the boy with spiky hair extends a hand, willing magic to spark. Too bad he forgot to read the manual first. A lone figure, sweat-soaked and gritty, stands determined under flickering candlelight, mumbling about his ceaseless commitment. Every single day? Talk about dedication. Or just a really persistent alarm clock. A mysterious orb sits precariously on the wooden ledge, unaware that gravity has plans. Suddenly, it takes a leap of faith. Splat! The barrel didn't see that coming either. The boy with the furrowed brow looks down at his trembling hand, a testament to countless attempts and failures. I failed, he whispers, yet determination glows in his eyes. A classic case of try again. Or maybe he just really likes disappointment. A mysterious orb hovers, shimmering with mischief, as if testing the limits of gravity, or just trying to ruin the surprise party. The atmosphere crackles with anticipation and a hint of chaos. The boy with sparkling blue eyes reaches out, a book in hand, as a tiny sphere of magic hovers in the air. Look, Mom, I'm almost too magical for my own good. With the weight of the world on her shoulders, the girl with the fiery hair muses, step by step, I clawed my way here. Who knew it would take this long and involve so much drama? With a confident smirk, the guy with the charming blue eyes reassures the barefoot girl behind him. It's bearable, as long as I can get my snack fix. Because priorities, right? In a showdown of epic proportions, the barefoot girl dramatically raises her leg, striking a pose that rivals yoga masters everywhere. Just a casual Tuesday for two martial arts champs, right? In a showdown of epic proportions, the guy with the messy hair is pulled into a supernatural standoff, just hanging around while the girl with fiery locks balances on her head. It's the ultimate battle of awkward yoga poses. In a standoff worthy of a blockbuster, the guy with the wild blue hair slashes through air with glowing blades, while the fiery-haired girl dodges like she's just spotted an X. Sparks fly, grass trembles. These two aren't playing tag. They're fighting for survival. The girl with fiery red hair huddles in her oversized hoodie, exhaling puffs of breath like a dragon in winter. She's lost in thought, battling the chill and her swirling emotions. Setsuna, the prodigy with a flair for talent, feels the weight of expectations crushing down like a ton of bricks. How does one juggle genius and pressure without breaking a sweat? With a mountain of rocks strapped to his back, the guy with the brooding gaze struggles against gravity, redefining heavy lifting. Who knew self-improvement could feel like a rock concert without the music? With piercing blue eyes locked onto his goal, the guy with the slicked back hair counts down, tension crackling like static in the air, hinting that the real action is just about to explode. The guy with the permanent frown counts down like he's about to jump into a chilly pool, only he's going under in a much deeper way. Spoiler. The truth stings. With a smirk that could charm a rock, the girl with fiery orange hair declares her unflagging devotion to hard work, proving that ambition sometimes needs a hair flip and a wink. The sun peeked over the horizon, casting long shadows as heartbeats raced. Today, egos would clash in a showdown more epic than your average college rivalry. Who knew swords could be so fashionable? In a grand hall where dreams clash and egos soar, a lone instructor stands poised like a determined statue, while hopeful students murmur, plotting triumph, or at least avoiding total embarrassment. The stakes are high, and the snacks are low. With a challenging glint in his eye, the boy with the copper hair squares up, relishing the moment. "At least you didn't run and hide," he smirks, making bravado look easy. With his jaw clenched tight, the guy with the piercing gaze insists, "Of course not," but his eyes scream, "I'd sell my soul for that shiny title." Ambition's a tough mistress. With a confident smirk, the guy with the perfectly styled hair raises a hand, ready to launch into action. His enthusiasm? Infectious. His intentions? Kind of mysterious. Definitely not a regular day at the office. Meet the muscle-bound champ with a smile that says, "I lift heavy and have a great dentist." He's flexing his way through life, one staircase at a time. Two rivals lock eyes in a charged stare, tension thick enough to cut with a butter knife. The air crackles with unspoken words, both ready to unleash their inner drama. A tale of two shoulders, one crimson and daring, the other serene and blue. Tension crackles like static. It's the calm before the epic fashion face-off. Who wore it better? With a burst of energy that could wake a sleeping bear, the stage is set. Let the duel begin, sparks an electrifying showdown. No pressure, but glory awaits the victor. With his striking blue eyes locked on the challenge ahead, the guy with the electric aura clenches his fist, ready to unleash a power that could probably toast a whole buffet. Time to show the universe he's not just another pretty face. A figure cloaked in an electrifying blue glow, hand outstretched like they're about to summon a lightning bolt or order a pizza, eyes locked on something or someone, potentially life-altering. Drama's in the air. The creators collide in a whirlwind of creativity. Mayumi So spins the tale, Mugi Ayumu scripts the dialogue, while the crew adds a colorful touch, reminding us chaos can be gorgeous. A bold title leaps off the page, promising a story where magic meets muscle. Who knew a mage could throw a mean punch, or perhaps just throw a fit? With a waterfall of adrenaline rushing through him, the guy with the tempestuous hair launches himself into the unknown. Because why stick to the ground when you can defy gravity? With a flick of his wrist, the boy with sapphire eyes channels energy that crackles like popcorn in a microwave. Who knew being a wizard required so much arm muscle? With a dramatic swoosh, the guy with the fiery red hair unleashes a shiny, icy blast. It's like he just discovered that snowflakes can be weapons, and he's not afraid to use them. As he catapults into the air, the guy with the crazy hair feels like a superhero. If only his landing didn't resemble a dramatic belly flop. Vroom, indeed. The guy with the flashy sneakers is ready to take off. Literally. With a dazzling glow beneath his feet, he's about to redefine running late into light-speed adventure. With a blazing punch, the red-haired warrior unleashes an electrifying shockwave, sending ripples of energy through the air. "Surprise! Hope you like blue," he quips, brimming with confidence. With a dramatic skid, the guy in blue rockets across the slick floor, leaving a trail like a clumsy renegade ice skater. No medals here, just a bruised ego. With a zap of blue fury, the guy in the flashy uniform darts away, leaving nothing but a trail of confusion, and possibly a pair of singed eyebrows behind him. Is he running from danger or just practicing for the next superhero audition? With a calm intensity, the guy with the striking blue eyes stands resolute, effortlessly deflecting attacks like a pro barista fending off pesky flies. His secret? A little thing called Mana Guard. With electric intensity, the guy with the flaming red hair channels his inner energy, fists clenched so tight you'd think he was trying to squeeze lemons. Watch out, world. He's about to turn frustration into fireworks. Eyes narrowed, the guy with the sharp gaze senses danger, like a cat detecting impending doom, but with way less grace. That whoosh. Yeah, something dramatic just zipped by, and he's definitely not ready. With a swift, cinematic motion, the guy with the wild hair spirals through the air, dodging an oncoming blast. The tension crackles, making even the floor tiles sweat. In a burst of energy, the fierce guy with the slicked back hair channels his inner superhero, fist poised to deliver a punch that could wake the neighbors, or possibly save the world. A surge of chaos erupts as the impact lands. Wham! The atmosphere crackles with energy, a theatrical punch that could knock your socks off, leaving everyone breathless and wide-eyed. With a mighty punch, the guy with the spiky hair unleashes a whirlwind of energy, as though he's just discovered the ultimate cheat code for life. Buckle up, trouble incoming. A sleek, futuristic cityscape looms above, with shimmering lights cutting through the fog. It's so advanced it looks like even the air is on a tech upgrade. Who needs clouds? Amidst the chaos of swirling energy, the girl with fiery red hair screams as she tumbles down the stairs, flailing like a startled chicken. Watch your step, or it'll be a free fall. Panic radiates from her wide eyes as she shields herself from the blinding light. This isn't the dramatic entrance I signed up for, she thinks, heart racing like it's in a marathon. Setsuna. It's a name shouted with urgency, like calling a cat that mysteriously disappeared to avoid a bath. Tension hangs in the air as everyone waits for the silence to shatter. With a dramatic flourish, the guy in blue kicks up a cloud of vapor, looking more like an overzealous magician than a martial artist. Talk about making a splash. Who knew martial arts included a smoke machine? The guy with the squishy snowball stance fires off a warning shot while his buddies gasp, definitely not the snow day they had in mind. Snowball fights 1, drama 200. With furrowed brows, fiery-haired Jessica shoots a skeptical glance, recalling their hasty decisions last week. Didn't they just survive a chaotic mess? Clearly, optimism isn't a strong suit here. Meanwhile, the guy with the messy hair ponders his lucky star, convinced he'd have a bruise or two if fate hadn't intervened. Guess it's a miracle, or maybe just a bad hair day. With a fierce glare and a glowing hand, the guy with the mesmerizing blue eyes channels raw energy, clearly thinking, I hope this works, or I'm definitely grounded. The guy with the sharpest jawline in the room delivers a kick so fast, it practically sends a postcard saying, "Wish you were here," right to his opponent's face. Whoosh! Talk about quick delivery. With fiery determination, the guy with the spiky red hair slashes through the air, unleashing a shockwave of energy that says, who needs a sword when you have this kind of flair? With a fierce shout, the guy with gleaming eyes unleashes a punch that makes the air sizzle. Pow! Echoes through the arena like a slap to the ego of his opponent. With a fierce gaze, the guy with the fiery red hair lunges, sword glimmering like his hopes, defying fate in an epic clash of wills. Hair is definitely getting messy now. With a thunderous wham, the guy with the sleek hair gets knocked back, as if gravity itself decided he needed a break. Who knew flying was part of today's agenda? A guy with fiery red hair shouts, his eyes flashing with frustration. Is defense all you've got? He roars, hoping to ignite some offensive spirit, because really, it's getting old. Her eyes sparkled with exhilaration, mouth wide open in a triumphant scream. You'd think she just won the lottery, but nah, it's just another Monday morning. The guy with the edgy hairstyle channels energy like it's his morning coffee, strong and a little chaotic. Watch out, opponents. He's about to serve a shockingly good kick. The guy with the spiky red hair clenches his fists, neon energy crackling around him. A weak body, huh? Wait until you see this weakling throw down. Talk about underestimating the wrong hero. The girl with the fierce determination and a touch of drama glances back, frustration bubbling. This is the best you can do? She quips. Pep talks are hard when you're your own worst critic. With wide eyes and a hint of panic, the girl with the fiery hair realizes her plan might just be a paper airplane in a hurricane against Drago's formidable power. Guess she could use a dragon-slaying upgrade. A wiry guy shoots across the floor, leaving a trail of smoke and bewilderment behind him. Meanwhile, the guy in armor raises an eyebrow like, did I just miss something epic? With messy hair and a brooding glare, the guy seems like he's unraveling, yet there's that hint of determination in his eyes, losing ground, or just playing it cool. With a swift motion, the guy with the killer punch sends shockwaves through the air. Eat your heart out, dramatic movie stars. Just don't overdo it. The sound effects aren't included. In a whirlwind of confusion, the guy with the flashy blue energy whip swings wildly, channeling all his inner superhero. Can he just hit something? Or Is he auditioning for a dance-off? With a flick of her glowing wrist, the air crackles. Swish! Suddenly, a burst of energy lashes out, turning the mundane into the marvelously chaotic. Watch out, world. She's got sass and power. With a swift, elegant motion, the guy with messy hair delivers a powerful blow, his focus razor-sharp, as if he's auditioning for a martial arts movie. Thwack! Drama meets physics. Hope the other guy brought a helmet. With a clenched fist and a glare sharper than a double-edged sword, the guy with the fiery red hair is ready to throw down, just waiting for the perfect moment to unleash some epic comeback. With a triumphant laugh, the guy with the bravado strikes a pose. But wait, Setsuna's name hangs heavy. Does he have a secret plan or just a really bad punchline? With a grin that could fuel 1,000 bad decisions, the bearded warrior effortlessly parries blows, his magical prowess turning fists into mere tickles. Who knew mana could be this much fun? In a clash of colors and fury, the guy with the fiery red hair throws a punch with all his might, while his blue-suited opponent looks ready for a dramatic dodge or a flailing pratfall. Can't we all just agree that conflict is easier with popcorn? Fuming with rage, the guy with the fierce brows glares at the unseen elites, teeth grinding like a rusty hinge. "You elite bastards," he mutters, plotting their downfall like a caffeinated villain. The fierce warrior sneers, his piercing green eyes igniting like a match in the dark. "Always look down on melee magic," he warns, but hey, who needs fancy tricks when your fists are fabulous? With piercing blue eyes, the young man clenches his fist, a storm brewing within. "You have no idea how much my family suffered. Belittled and broken," he shouts, fury and hurt intertwining. With a pulse of blue light, the guy with the spiky hair stands over his fallen opponent, radiating confidence, mixed with just a pinch of, "Oops, did I do that?" Talk about a glow-up. In a flash, the guy with the spiky hair channels raw energy, proving that family reunions are not just awkward gatherings. They're epic battles, complete with dramatic sound effects and possibly bad puns. Vwoom, a glowing blue hand reaches out, shimmering with power, like a magic trick gone wonderfully right. Just hope he remembered the rabbit for this performance. What will he conjure next? With fierce determination etched across his face, the guy with the fiery red hair grips his glowing sword, ready to turn his critics into believers, one epic showdown at a time. The warrior grips his glowing sword, veins pulsing with energy, ready to unleash chaos. His expression screams, "I'm not paid enough for this," as shadows swirl menacingly around him. With icy blue eyes that could freeze fire, the guy with the sword emanates fierce determination, ready to slice through dark magic and perhaps a few awkward conversations. He's got this! With a flick of his wrist, the guy with the intense gaze summoned a glowing sword, glowing blue and shimmering like the last slice of pizza at a party. Ready for battle or a food fight? Who knows? The guy with the fierce focus dashes down the hallway, his blue sword glowing like an over-caffeinated light stick. If only his speed could outrun the impending drama. Oh wait, it does. A mysterious blue shard glistens, suspended in the chill of the air, its sharp, jagged edges almost whispering secrets of power and peril. What could possibly go wrong, right? With a fierce determination, the swordsman unleashes a piercing strike, blue energy crackling like an over-caffeinated squirrel. The clang echoes through the air, a battle cry for the mighty. In a dazzling blur, the guy with the messy hair unleashes a crackling surge of blue energy. His determined opponent, the fuming redhead, retaliates with equal flair. This isn't just a fight, it's a light show. With a swift blue-tinged arc, the hero's sword slices through the air, while the guy with the perpetually messy hair barely dodges. A close call, or just another day at the office? The guy with the fiery red hair lunges, arms outstretched, defiantly facing the incoming energy wave like it just insulted his fashion choices. Fearless or just really bad at math? Either way, it's dramatic. With a heart pounding like a jackhammer, our hero launches into the void, defying gravity and all logical reasoning. Hope they packed their fall gear. This could get bumpy. With a gleaming blue sword in hand, the guy with the determined grin defies gravity. Who knew slicing through the air could feel like taking a magical elevator? Swoosh! With a fierce glint in his icy blue eyes, the swordsman prepares for battle, his blade glowing like it's had too much caffeine. Opponents, beware. This isn't just a warm-up. The hero with the spiky red hair collapses, armor glowing ominously. He's not just down, he's contemplating life choices, like whether to get pizza or go for that awkward run. With a deafening slam, the floor splits open, sending shards of shattered tile flying. It's the kind of entrance that makes you wish you had done your morning stretches. With a sword that shimmers like a disco ball, our hero charges forward, oblivious to physics, evading destiny like it owes him money. Rocks fly, but his confidence is unshaken. In a burst of determination, the guy with the perfect hair lunges forward, channeling a flaming sword like he's auditioning for a superhero movie, minus the spandex. Will this bravado pay off? With a determined stance, the guy in the spandex suit channels energy into his outstretched hand, ready to unleash chaos, or at least some really flashy laser lights for the party. In a clash of titans, the guy with the flaming red hair swings his sword, water splashing everywhere, while his opponent barely dodges, sticking to his diet of not getting sliced. In a flash of blue energy, the guy with the messy hair shields himself, heart racing like a caffeine-fueled hamster. Scrapes fly, but he's too busy dodging danger and making mental notes about grab-and-go hair gel. Two friends chuckle under their breath, eyeing a supposedly genius kid struggling with a Rubik's Cube like it's a secret encoded message. Prodigy? More like professional head-scratcher. The guy with the snarky smile and pointed fingers can't believe his ears. Melee magic? Really? Did he lose a bet? Or just all common sense? What a show-off! With a furrowed brow and eyes shut tight, the storm brewing inside him echoes, I get it, but where's the exit? Who knew understanding could feel this much like drowning? Sharp blue eyes pierce through the blankness, demanding answers like a detective on a caffeine rush. The guy with the messy hair is ready to crack a mystery wide open, or at least spill some tea. The girl with cascading blue hair pauses, her heart racing. But Drago echoes like a thunderclap, hinting at secrets and a tension thicker than her shampoo's scent. Two warriors clash on a rooftop, their fierce blades glowing with energy. It's like a high-stakes dance-off, where one misstep can end the show, and not in a good way. A burst of electric energy crackles as the shadowy figure lunges forward, ready to unleash chaos. You can almost hear the dramatic music playing, but alas, it's just a Tuesday. As the glowing aura envelops him in a cosmic embrace, he raises a brow, musing, shouldn't we be aiming higher, like skydiving into a black hole? Ambition, but make it whimsical. With wild hair defying gravity and determination sparkling in his blue eyes, the boy hurtles forward, ready to unleash his electric fury. Watch out, world, he's bringing the thunder. A shockwave ripples through the air as the guy with the wild hair stares upward, heart racing. What? Is this a superhero moment or a really bad magic trick? The guy with the messy hair stares wide-eyed, piercing through shadows of doubt. It's like he's just realized his fridge is empty. Cue the panic. A blinding blue arc slices through the darkness, leaving the air trembling with energy. Was that a light show? Or the world's most dangerous disco? Better dodge and weave. A swirling vortex of electric blue energy crackles ominously, hinting at something epic about to happen. Either this is a sci-fi battle or a toddler's birthday party gone wildly out of control. With a furious roar, the guy with the wild red hair brings down his fist like Thor's hammer, shattering the calm and probably a few eardrums around him. Smash! His foot slams down, a whirl of blue energy sparking like fireworks gone rogue. Who knew gravity could be so dramatic? And where's his superhero cape when it's needed? The guy with the fiery red hair glares into the abyss, fists clenched. It's like facing the ultimate quiz on a Monday morning. No pressure, right? Will he ace it or crash? With a confident smirk, the hero's voice breaks through the darkness. A greater aim? Their boldness ignites the tension, like a spark in a powder keg. Let's see what happens next. A smirk creeps across his face, revealing a glimmer of mischief. With a swift, thunderous step, the ground trembles, like his stellar dance moves, but a tad more violent. With a war cry that could wake the neighbors, the guy with the wild red hair leaps into action, proving that sometimes all you need is a loud scream and a heroic pose. The guy in blue defies gravity, launching a kick that could probably send 1,000 air fresheners flying into next week. Who needs an action movie when you've got this showdown? With a smirk sharper than his blade, the guy with raven hair dives headfirst into action. Lightning crackles around him, and these unsuspecting foes are about to learn the hard way. Who needs a superhero cape when you've got swagger like this? With a flash of blue lightning, the guy with the slick hair channels all his energy, unleashing a kick that screams, "I've had my coffee today," and blasts forward. Watch out, world, he's coming in hot. The guy with the unruly hair lunges forward, slicing the air with electrifying precision. Who knew dodging blows could look so cool? Too bad he's not on Dancing with the Stars. The guy with the vibrant red hair plunges into a whirlpool of emotions, drowning in his own chaotic thoughts. He's probably wishing for a life jacket right about now. With eyes sparkling like a kid in a candy store, the redhead exclaims triumphantly, "His attacks are working!" Because who doesn't love an underdog with a surprise winning streak? Drago's got skills. He's dazzling everyone with his performance. But Setsuna? Utterly stealing the spotlight with her epic mana tricks and power-ups, making even Drago look a tad jealous. The guy with the 5 o'clock shadow smirks, dangling a cigarette like it's a magic wand. He's itching for the drama to unfold. After all, nothing screams entertainment like a showdown. The guy with the piercing blue eyes is sweating bullets, clearly in over his head. Is that a crisis brewing, or just a bad hair day? Either way, tension is thicker than his hair gel. With a determined leap, the guy with the solid grip is plotting a daring move. He knows that breaking through his opponent's fortress of defense requires more than just fancy footwork. Time to create a gap. With hair like a flaming beacon, the guy launches into the void, defying gravity and probably logic. It's like he misread "leap into your dreams" as "plunge into the abyss." With a swift motion, the hero's blade glints like a pesky neighborhood cat. You can't ignore it. The air crackles with tension as the electric blue slash cuts through silence, delivering a not-so-subtle message. Don't mess with me. The guy with the wild hair dodges just in time, heart racing as the glowing sword whizzes past, almost making him rethink his career choices, like becoming a professional napper instead. With a roar that could wake the dead, the guy with the angry fist channels all his frustration into this battle cry. Hopefully, the coffee he skipped this morning can hear it too. With a ferocious battle cry, the guy with the bulging biceps unleashes a move that could knock the socks off a T-Rex, sending shockwaves spiraling and leaving everyone wondering, did he just flex? Or is that lightning? With a dramatic sweep of his arm, the hero channels energy like he's throwing the world's biggest frisbee. High stakes, low chance of return. Seriously, who's left to catch it? With a fierce clang, the intense battle erupts, sending sparks flying as the guy with the messy hair dodges the attack, hoping to avoid a trip to the ER. With a bead of sweat trailing down his brow, the guy with the stormy hair realizes too late. He's about to become a very active participant in an explosion of danger. Meanwhile, the fiery-haired warrior looks like he's auditioning for a high-stakes action film, ready to unleash chaos with an overdramatic warning. With a fierce determination, the guy with the blazing red hair launches into a spectacular kick, a blue arc slicing the air like a superhero auditioning for a blockbuster. Watch out, gravity. With a thunderous wham, the guy with the surprisingly stylish hair slams down a bolt of magic, cracking the floor and probably waking up the city's sleeping cats. Talk about dramatic impact. The guy with the electrifying confidence twirls his glowing sword like a dance move gone wrong, channeling energy that screams, "I've watched one too many action movies." Pure intensity. The guy with the wild red hair feels the thrill of victory pulsating through him. Like finding the last slice of pizza after a party, he's ready to claim his prize. The guy with the slicked back hair smirks, channeling energy through his fingertips, determined to trip the slower rival. Because who needs fair play when you can zap and laugh? Trembling with rage, the hero clenches his fist like he's about to unveil a secret. Spoiler alert, it's not a pleasant surprise. Can anyone call for a backup plan here? With blood-red fury dripping around him, the muscle-bound warrior yells, "Clench!" Because who needs therapy when you can just scream and flex your way through life's challenges? The guy with the fist of fury looks ready to take on the world, or at least the nearest vending machine. Meanwhile, the startled girl with fiery hair is just trying to keep her snacks safe. Wide-eyed and breath held, the girl with the perfect braids stares into the abyss. Wait, was that a shadow or her impending math test? Spoiler alert, it's definitely the latter. With a flick of the wrist, the sword-wielding hero swirls energy in a dramatic whoosh, leaving his opponent quaking in fear. After all, that blade doesn't just play with ribbons. A muscular arm swings with a burst of energy, water splashing dramatically as if Poseidon himself decided to join the fray. Talk about making a splash. This guy takes drip to another level. With fiery determination, the guy with the fiery red hair launches his fist, channeling all his frustration into a blow that could probably knock out a stubborn vending machine. Watch out, snacks! Blue eyes pierce through the tension like a sword through butter, as the ominous swing reverberates, setting the stage for a fierce showdown. Who doesn't love a dramatic entrance? The fiery-haired warrior lunges forward, sword glinting like his ego, while the shadowy figure behind him is about to become an unwitting target. Talk about backstabber. Literally. The red-haired hero launches a glowing orb, determination etched on his face. If only his math homework had been this electrifying, maybe then he wouldn't be struggling with algebra. With determination lighting his eyes, the guy with the flaming red hair unleashes a fist like it's an angry thunderbolt. Because, let's be real, who doesn't love a good after-image mystery? With a flick of her wrist, the girl with the sparkly sword defies gravity. Apparently, after-images are the new Instagram filters for wizards. Who knew? Magic just got a glow-up. With eyes blazing like a blue lightning bolt, the guy with the fierce jaw shoots a glare that could roast marshmallows. Tension hangs thicker than the last slice of cake at a party. Everyone's on edge. With a fierce determination painting his face, the athlete lunges forward, a whirlwind of power. Whish! It's like he's chasing his dreams while running from his laundry. The knight with the sparkly sword lunges forward, eyes wide with determination, and maybe a tad too much caffeine, when suddenly, a rogue attack sends him grunting midair. Classic overachiever move. With a fierce glint in his eye, the guy with the swooshy hair raised his sword, ready to duel. Now, Drago, let's finish this, he growled, channeling all the drama of a soap opera. With icy blue determination, his eyes lock onto the target. A fist powered by sheer will crackles with energy. Who knew a punch could be so electrifying? Watch out, world. The guy with the fiery determination channels energy into his fist, ready to unleash a blue shockwave. It's not just a punch, it's his ticket from zero to hero. Let's hope he remembers to wear a cape. In an electric showdown, the guy with the flickering blue blade twirls in dramatic flair, ready to unleash chaos while his unsuspecting target remains blissfully unaware. Classic plot twist alert. The blank page beckons, a silent canvas begging for chaos, ready to unleash breathless tales where ink transforms into wild emotions and daring adventures. Let the storytelling begin. A shadowy figure hunches over a glowing screen, fingers dancing like they're in a race against the clock. Because deadlines don't wait for procrastination. Just another day in the production grind. In a dazzling blur of energy, the red-haired fighter unleashes a powerful punch, electricity crackling like a wild party. Meanwhile, his opponent is awkwardly dodging. Who knew wall diving could be so dramatic? With his sword gleaming like a disco ball in a dark club, the agility of the guy with electrifying scars strikes a pose, ready to unleash chaos. Or perhaps just impress the crowd. With his eyes ablaze and veins practically popping, the guy with the fierce red hair yells out his battle cry. You can practically hear the adrenaline over his iconic hairstyle. The girl with fiery hair gasps, eyes wide, as the chaos unfolds around her. She's clearly stumbled upon something big. Meanwhile, the guy with glasses looks like he just saw a ghost. With wide eyes and wild hair, the girl gasps, jolted by something shocking in the chaotic corridor. Her studious demeanor crumbles. Whatever she's seen has turned her into a walking emoji. The guy with the brooding gaze and a cigarette hanging on for dear life grapples with a troubling thought. Did his opponent just flip the script during the fight? Classic plot twist. The tension crackles like static electricity as the referee calls it, a dramatic end to an epic clash. One side's heart bursts with joy, while the other drowns in disbelief. Meet the guy with the cartoonishly messy hair, flailing his arms like a windmill in a hurricane. He's either caught mid-rant or about to audition for a dramatic monologue. Let's hope it's the former. With a wild splash and a triumphant grin, Satsuna Cromwell emerges from the depths as if she just conquered the ocean. Take that, Poseidon. She's the victor in this epic splashdown. Gravity's a harsh mistress, especially when you're the guy mid-fall, wondering how in the world you ended up face first with clouds as your only cushion. Free falling never looked this dramatic. With intense focus, the guy with the sleek black hair prepares to unleash his next move, knowing full well that one misstep could lead him to a very soggy defeat. Who knew slipping on wet tiles could be so suspenseful? The girl with the fiery hair raises her fist, a beacon of enthusiasm that even the most lethargic sloth would envy. Meanwhile, the boys look on, wide-eyed and whispering. Guess they didn't see this enthusiasm coming. The hand clenches and unclenches like a puppy after a nap, signaling a fierce struggle beneath the surface. Someone's about to wake up, and this isn't their usual morning grumpiness. The guy in the sleek outfit sighs, looking down at his unfortunate, sprawled-out friend. Guess the floor is really embracing you today, he quips, half amused, half concerned. With his face pressed against the cold ground, the guy with fiery red hair struggles to rise, thinking, seriously, was that punch from a truck or a toddler with a sugar rush? The guy with the panicked face looks like he's just realized his gym buddy could bench press a car. Meanwhile, the girl with wide eyes looks like she's rethinking her life choices. Sweat beads drip from his furrowed brow, panic flashing in his eyes. He's realized his opponent's holding back. Great, just what I needed, a sparring match with a superhero. The hulking guy with a serious case of the muscle strain blues knows he could have delivered a knockout punch, if only his last attempt didn't leave him feeling like a piñata. With a grimace, the guy with the bruised ego clutches his side, trying to optimize his life choices, because avoiding a dramatic exit is still on his bucket list, right? With a fierce glare, the guy with the spiky red hair braces himself against the cold tiles, tiny tear tracks marking his tense face, as an outstretched hand offers both help and hesitation. It's like he's auditioning for a soap opera, trying to maintain his never-cry reputation while battling inner turmoil. With his fiery red hair standing on end, the intense guy leans in, sweat beading on his forehead. What's scarier, a question or my haircut? He quips, ready to dive deep. His eyes pierce through the shadows, challenging the barefoot girl with a question heavier than a backpack full of bricks. What are you fighting for? Cue the dramatic pause. With a single tear carving through his stoic facade, the guy with the emotive blue eyes grapples with overwhelming sadness, like a heartbroken robot trying to process a rom-com. With determination etched on his brow, the guy with the serious expression pledges, I'm fighting so I won't lose to anyone. Because nothing says motivation like a great fear of losing. The girl with the determined gaze declares confidently, so I won't lose anything, as if channeling all her inner superhero energy. Trust me, her stakes are ridiculously high. With his piercing blue eyes blazing like twin suns, the guy with the messy hair declares, I'm going to get stronger. Because who doesn't love a good underdog story, especially when sweaty? With his palm open like an invitation to fate, the guy with the expressive eyebrows stares intensely. Is he offering hope or just a really bad high five? His emerald eyes glint with uncertainty, a single bead of sweat tracing a path down his forehead. The guy with the fiery hair prepares for the moment that could change everything. No pressure. The guy with the striking green eyes smirks, cool water droplets tracing a path down his cheek. So that's why you're so strong, he teases, mixing admiration with playful bravado. A classic case of flexing both muscles and wit. Setsuna Cromwell stands tall, a phantom of confidence amidst defeat. The guy in the blue outfit, all muscle and bruised pride, knows losing can feel less like a loss and more like dramatic flair. With a confident smirk plastered on his face, the guy with the flaming red hair believes Drago's help is the magical fix. Spoiler, it's usually a chaotic detour instead. Muscles rippling under his skin, the hero readies for a showdown that could rival any action movie. Death God? More like Death Who. He's packing confidence and maybe a snack or two. Muscles, McBrooding strides in, flanked by two quizzical recruits. Tension crackles in the air, adrenaline, or just the lingering smell of last week's protein shake. Decision time. With a last shred of courage, the unshakable hero stands before Drago, heart racing. Determined, they smirk. I just forgot to bring snacks. That's a crime worthy of facing a dragon. The giant with the brawn and a beard to match triumphantly hoists the scrawny underdog's hand in victory. Who knew flexing muscles could also mean flexing friendship? Just don't ask him to lift a cupcake. Setsuna, the girl with an air of determination and an impressive power level, takes center stage, ready to wield melee magic like a wizard wielding a spatula in a food fight. Can she turn the tide? A mage in magical mayhem, flipping spells faster than he can say oops. Just when he thought the baddies couldn't get any closer, boom, regression leads to chaos and hilarity. A few days later, the light streamed through the grand windows like nature's spotlight, casting long shadows on the two figures. The guy with the metronome-like foot tapping was deep in thought, while the wide-eyed kid stayed close, likely dreaming of dragons. The guy with the nervous stutter stands on the threshold of doom, desperately wishing he could be anywhere but here, like in a bubble bath, with no expectations. Maybe a pet goldfish could help? The hulking figure, muscles taut as his temper, warns the timid guy with the stylish scarf. It's a classic case of don't poke the bear, especially the one in a tank top. The younger guy gulps, nodding like he's just been handed the key to the kingdom, which he definitely hasn't. The young girl with the oversized cloak stands before the towering door, heart racing like a hamster on a wheel. With a dramatic thud, even the door seems to hesitate. Talk about an awkward entrance. The guy with the perpetually messy hair paces nervously, glancing at the grand herringbone floor as if it holds secrets. Spoiler alert, it doesn't, but he's convinced it might. The guy with the cool blue eyes peeks from the shadows, cloaked in mystery, and perhaps last night's spaghetti sauce. What's he hiding, or is he just avoiding awkward small talk? In the dimly lit chapel, the girl with mesmerizing purple hair stares wide-eyed as secrets loom large. Beside her, the pink-haired dreamer fidgets nervously, plotting escape routes and snack breaks. Four cloaked figures gather in tense silence, eyes darting, secrets hanging like air thick with incense. The guy with the messy hair stifles a grin. Mysterious meetings need a little levity, right? The guy with the glasses arches an eyebrow, holding a steaming cup of what looks like questionable herbal tea. Oh, is melee magic in the game or just dabbling in the drama? With a raised eyebrow and a hint of exasperation, the sharply dressed friend calls out the curly-haired rebel. Your shamelessness knows no bounds. Oh, the irony. Shamelessness is basically their middle name. Meet the guy with the quirky glasses and a smirk that screams mischief. He's plotting something that will either dazzle or disasterize. Stay tuned for the popcorn-worthy chaos. The guy with the stylish cloak stands frozen. His crest glows ominously. So, you're an enchantment wizard? Whispers a voice, half impressed and half regretting the last potion binge. The mysterious guy in the flowing cape turns, a smirk playing on his lips. Did you know? He teases, clearly about to drop a bombshell. Yep, he's the drama king of secrets. With a thunderous stomp, the guy in the slick shoes made his entrance, shaking the room like a bad karaoke performance. One thing's for sure, he's definitely not here to blend in. The shadowy figure grins ominously, their voice dripping with mischief. Guess what? I'm the surprise birthday gift you didn't ask for. Your first match. Hope you like spicy challenges. The guy with messy hair leans in, smirking, as if he's just cracked the world's worst joke. Meanwhile, the mysterious figure stands stoic, wondering why his cape is almost as dramatic as his mood. With a confident smirk, the bespectacled guy declares history's grim truth. In a century, the melee magic department has never won. Guess they really need to up their game. Like, maybe a magic cheat sheet? With a smirk that could slice through tension, the blonde teases the muscle guy. Why not pump iron in the corner? It'd definitely match your brains. Ah, a classic roast with a twist. Wide-eyed and wild-haired, the guy with glasses is caught in an emotional storm, panic flooding his voice. This can't be happening, he yells, because who doesn't enjoy a little chaos now and then? The guy with the perfectly styled hair doubles over in pain, while the brooding figure towers over him, looking like he just discovered the ultimate betrayal. Like maybe he ate the last slice of pizza. Under a burst of fiery colors, the guy with the perfectly slicked hair stumbles as a classmate's shoe explodes. Good thing they don't grade you on first impressions, right? With a piercing gaze, the guy with the disheveled hair questions the universe, eyebrows raised like he's waiting for an instructional YouTube video to drop. Is existence really just this complicated? The barefoot presses down, a brave but slightly reckless decision, like stepping on a Lego barefoot, only this time the stakes are much higher. Drama in every step. The guy with the untamed hair jumps back, heart racing and arms flailing like a startled octopus. His surprise echoing through the room. What's lurking in the shadows this time? The guy with wild hair is about to pop a vein, eyes wide like he just spotted a fly in his soup. "You little!" he yells, channeling all the rage of 1,000 forgotten gym memberships. The girl with striking purple hair leans against the cold window, frustration bubbling in her voice. Seriously, who has time for ancient history when I can't even find my favorite snack? With piercing blue eyes that shimmer with determination, the guy with the swoopy hair declares, "This year's champion will be me," as if destiny itself just hit the snooze button. With a dramatic leap, the guy with the wild hair channels his inner gazelle. Too bad he forgot his landing. The other guy just raises an eyebrow, silently judging the grand finesse. The guy with the glasses is a volcano of disbelief, erupting with a dream on that's just as unexpected as his bedhead. Who knew daydreaming could spark such reality checks? The guy with the flamboyant jacket points sternly, an intensity in his finger that says, "Step forward if you dare." Little did he know, confidence isn't contagious after all. The floor shudders under the weight of the figure, cloaked in mystique and bold ambitions. "So fired up," they quip, more like a volcano than a chatty fairy. The silver-haired strategist, exuding calm confidence, turns her back on the two eager competitors, smirking as she hints they might not survive her tactical genius in the upcoming match. Three cloaked figures stand against the stone backdrop, each with a distinct hair hue, purple, pink, and green, like an oddly charming rainbow brigade. Their expressions? A mix of mischief and mystery, perfect for plotting shenanigans in this ancient hall. Three cloaked figures stand in a shadowy hall, eyes wide with anticipation. The guy with the messy curls looks like he just spotted a ghost, or maybe just a really good snack. His piercing blue eyes glimmer with memories. He's not just a figment of today, but a ghost from yesterday, swaggering back into a life awash in déjà vu. Past lives, am I right? With a glint of mischief in his eye, the regal figure, draped in golden threads, smirks like he's just solved a riddle nobody asked him to. "So we finally meet," he says, as if they're long-lost frenemies. The headmaster's tranquility shatters as a loud step echoes through the room, his peace disturbed like a cat on a hot tin roof, preparing for chaos with style. A motley crew of caped heroes stands in awe, cloaks swishing like they're in a magical fashion show. The suspense is thick, so thick you could slice it with a sword. With a mischievous wink and a salute that could rival a royal guard, the pink-haired girl beams at the headmaster, her enthusiasm practically glowing. "Honor? Sure, but let's be real. I'm here for the snacks." Carol, the spunky student from the summoning magic department, beams with determination as she vows to triumph in the intramural contest. No pressure, right? Just her entire fate resting on it. The girl with vibrant pink hair, wrapped in a chic shawl, beams like sunshine, even in a place that screams serious business. It's her default mode, cheerful as always, like she forgets her coffee exists. She sliced through the competition like a hot knife through butter. Seriously, who thought time travel could be so competitive? But hey, it's not like she came from the future or anything. The girl with wild pink hair is flying through the air on a giant snarling wolf, a mix of terror and exhilaration. Who knew riding a monstrous beast could feel so thrilling? The guy with the cool, icy demeanor knows he might have had his moment, but underestimate her? That's like bringing a snowball to a firefight. Not a great plan. The ancient-looking wizard with the flowing beard beams at the students, exuding an air of authority. Congratulations, future overlords. Today you ascend from anonymity into the spotlight. The wise old man, draped in flowing robes, beams with pride, like a grandpa at a graduation. 8 students fidget nervously, each hoping to be the remarkable talent he's talking about. With a gaze that could slice through steel, the bearded elder, draped in wisdom-infused robes, begins his lecture, hinting at secrets wait. Because, of course, a little drama never hurt anybody. In a world where magic meets chaos, 6 diverse contenders steel themselves for random matchups. Talk about leaving your fate to the universe's terrible grasp of humor. Who'll survive the draw? The air crackles with excitement as the announcer's voice booms. Time to see who survives this gladiator-style showdown. Hope you've packed your popcorn and armor. The guy with the slick black hair stares down his opponent, eyes icy blue as if challenging math homework on a Monday morning. Melee magic? More like a "you so done" spell. Eyes narrowed, the guy with the sharp glasses reveals the magic's secret. Enchantment can breathe life into the lifeless. Who knew mana was the original How to Train Your Dragon? Buckle up for round 2. Meet the girl with the emerald locks and a smirk that says, "I could heal you if I wanted to." Healing magic? She's basically a walking miracle with a flair for sass. With a sly grin, the purple-haired sorcerer reveals his plan. Distance is his ally. But hey, it's hard to look cool when you're dodging the chaos everyone else is diving into. The guy with the perfectly tousled silver hair smirks confidently, explaining formation magic, as if conjuring power is just as easy as making a softly. Cue the mental chaos that follows. With a sly smirk and glittering green eyes, the girl with cotton candy pink hair confidently declares her summoning magic. Because who doesn't want to win a battle with a pet from another dimension? With a steely gaze and a hint of defiance, the guy with the fiery hair prepares for the final showdown. Talk about dramatic pressure. Who knew magic could come with this much baggage? With a smug smirk and glasses that scream, "I've read more books than you," the alchemist prepares for a magical showdown, aiming to turn not just his opponent, but also a few heads. Matter transformation? Shh, child's play for this sorceress. The grand hall buzzed with anticipation as the announcer's voice echoed. It was every aspiring wizard's dream, minus the part where they might accidentally set their robes on fire. The silver-haired leader, towering and serious, announces the imminent matches. The group's expressions swing between excitement and sheer panic. Who knew matches weren't just for campfires? The ancient wizard, with his hair longer than his students' attention spans, grins, eyes sparkling with mischief. He's ready to turn their mundane lives into a masterclass of chaos. Let the battles begin. With sparkling green eyes and a pink mane that screams confidence, the girl is primed for her adventure, while the guy with messy hair awkwardly wonders if he'll survive Headmaster's next challenge. The guy with the silky hair watches as mischief brews below. A fallen candle, a gasp. Poor unsuspecting friend, blissfully unaware that he's seconds away from an inferno. The guy with the sleek black hair stands frozen, eyes wide, as if he's just realized his lunch order was completely wrong. This is serious, people. The tension in the room is palpable. With eyes wide and heart racing, the guy in the impeccably ironed blazer braces himself. This is his big moment. Talk about high stakes. The headmaster isn't known for giving second chances. The heavy boots stomp with purpose, echoing through the dimly lit hall like thunder on a clear day. Someone's ready to make a grand entrance, or maybe just an awkward exit. A shadowy corridor echoes with urgency as a figure races toward the headmaster, nostalgia and panic intertwining like an awkward family reunion. Because who doesn't love dramatic entrances? The cloaked figure, cloaked in mystery and mismatched socks, stands in the dim light, his voice echoing like a Spice Girl in a heavy metal concert. "Welcome to the Melee Magic Department." The old man, bearded and wise, stands proudly, exuding an air of authority. "Representative," he announces, as if it's the most prestigious title in a village made of grass and dreams. Setsuna Cromwell, draped in flowing robes and unmatched hair, strides confidently, like a man on a mission, hopefully not to borrow a cup of sugar from the wizard next door. "Got time for a favor?" he quips, intrigue bubbling just beneath the surface. With a hopeful grin, the guy with the sparkle in his eyes asks, "If I win this year's contest, can I snag a secret lesson on that dazzling magic of yours?" It's a gamble worth taking. The guy in the golden robes fidgets, clearly hoping to impress, while the summon mage shrugs, looking like he'd rather be conjuring snacks than participating in this awkward chat. The brooding guy with striking blue eyes wants to level up his game. Who knew he'd be asking about specializations and not, how to brew coffee or something? The old man's sharp gaze, magnified by his glasses, cuts through the silence like a knife. You can almost hear him thinking, why do kids today have to make everything dramatic? The tension crackles like bad Wi-Fi as a sharp gasp slices through silence. Those narrowed eyes hold a world of secrets, but is it intrigue or impending doom? The tension crackles like a bad spark plug. Where echoes trembling in the air, while ominous rumbles hint at something wild stirring just out of sight, ready to pounce. His icy blue eye pierces through the darkness, a bead of sweat trickling down like a guilty secret. Is he about to save the day or trip over his own shoelaces? The ancient sage, with a beard longer than most people's life decisions, stands defiant as the ground rumbles beneath him. Can't a guy catch a break without dramatic effects? A shadowy figure leans in, a smirk plastered on their face, whispering a juicy tidbit that could shake the very foundations of friendship. Did you hear about that? They tease, eyes gleaming with mischief. In a whirlwind of creativity, Mayumi So crafts a story bursting with life, while Mugi Ayumu stitches it together with witty dialogue, because who doesn't enjoy a plot twist with a punchline?